The warrior symbol is a hand-to-hand hand axe.
Make yours look like that.
That symbol should go in one of your small circles to tell you what your class is. It's your job, your profession. You get a bonus when doing something appropriate. Now, gatherers may actually have to sneak because sometimes that prize petunia is under the foot of a saber cat, and you want to get closer, and you may need to be. So sneaking would be something I would consider appropriate to a gatherer. And depending on the situation, it might be appropriate to a crafter.
Can I look at these?
You can look at your things now. You have another circle, and that circle is your perk. Now, I took the liberty of assigning you a perk that kind of goes with your job, and it'll say perk in the corner. So that's what should go in that one. Yeah, you can do an eyeball. So you have insight. Jack, your character has a perk.
What's it?
It will be a card that says perk.
Oh, perk. Fast runner.
You're a fast runner.
So you have a separate card?
So you put your
Yeah,
foot
it'll
the other
say
side.
perk in the corner.
Bottom right.
Oh, found it. Okay, light foot, stealthy, light feet, and little scent.
Oh.
Right, you're also
I got
very
a lot.
clean. And
Good climber.
You're a good climber.
So you draw that. Draw the
Strong.
second right.
Is that the upper right?
That goes in the upper right.
Yeah, and the other one, and yours is,
Where's Spirit before?
okay, you are kind of, sort of, again, the quasi-shaman.
Yay, okay.
It's not
Crafter.
it's not like magic in the Dungeons and Dragons world where you're casting fireballs left and right. It's much subtler. And you could make a fire. You could light a forest fire from several feet away with your arms crossed. It's
My
more
fire's
like
really
that. And you would have to use one stone, and depending on how tough of a thing you're trying to do, you would be against the game master, cave master, showing you how to do that. I'm going to start us off, take a break from this as you look at cards. I'm going to tell you a story, okay? Your nickname is Mouse, which reminds me of a mouse tale. Once upon a time, this is a southwestern Native American legend, and it's migrated all over to where the Douglas fir has migrated. It's apparently a tree that people carried with them 10,000 years ago to places where it had not originally grown. The legend of the Douglas fir is that all the mouse people were starving, and they noticed that one mouse was still rather plump. And this mouse, they said, "Tell us where your food supply is." But the mouse refused. So they jumped on him and they beat the crap out of him. And still he would not tell. And then they threatened to burn his house down. His house was a tree. And reluctantly he told them that my food is the pine cone of the trees. And so all the mice got very greedy and ran up the tree and started burrowing into the pine cones for the seeds, which are very nutritious and tasty. And the tree spirit was very annoyed at his mouse friend being so abused and closed the pine cone scales upon the greedy mice, trapping them there. Now, some say the mice were shown mercy and escaped, but they had to leave their skins behind. And so if you want to find a Douglas fir, all you have to do is look at the pine cone, and underneath each scale is what looks like the hindquarters of a mouse stuck while he was trying to pilfer pine cone seeds. So that's why one of you has a bag of, as one of your items you're carrying, a bag of pine nuts. There's a Douglas fir legend. Okay, back to the game. When there's a challenge to try to do something, like you're jumping across a stream in a chasm, I decide how many stones of challenge it is. It might be 5 for a pretty tough thing, or it might be 3 for a relatively easy thing. And what I do with that then is I divide it between my two hands. I don't show you how many are in each hand. I could put 2 in one, it could be 3 in one. And then you take your core stones. Generally, you don't pick up any of the other stones except the ones in the big circle in the middle. And you do the same thing. Without showing me, you divide up your stones. Now, if you put them all in one hand, it's more risky. And if you balance them out more evenly, you're being more cautious. So that's how you do a haymaker or a wild punch, is put them all in one side. It's either going to go very right or very wrong. If we have a fight, we can each do damage to the other in many cases. And that's one reason not to put all your stones in one hand, is because it's also a defensive as well as an offensive kind of thing. Which will all become very clear when you're actually doing it. It's not that. It's taking me longer to describe it than it is to actually do it.
It sounds pretty straightforward, yeah.
So, how do we begin? Well, yours is the exception in that you will pick up the stone that goes in the fire spirit sometimes.
Okay.
But other than that, you should put 4 pebbles in the circle and 1 pebble in each of the 2 small ones. Got it? I think you're going to start meeting some caveman-ish names. Generally, we shy away from things that sound overtly Indian. So animal names we tend to stay away from. If you absolutely must be purple squirrel, okay. But try to go for something that reflects what your character's abilities are and what the personality is. And now, while you think of that a moment, I'm going to show you where you live. The name of your tribe is the real people. Now, there's other people out there, they're nice, but they're not real people. And you live on a peninsula at the fork of a river. It is a very, very, very big river. It's so big that from here to here, in modern terms, you would say that's a mile.
Wow. Okay.
Which means that when you're walking through the grasslands, these are the grasslands here, when you're walking through the grasslands, it's about a quarter of an hour to go a mile, and you don't have to go out of your way much. Over here, these are forests. This is all right here. And the forest takes you twice as long as that to go places. It's twice as hard to get somewhere as it is in the grasslands. Your folks don't have, you don't have canoes or boats right now. You've seen them before, you know what they are, you just don't happen to have that technology. The river goes from this side to this way, and this is the big water. Everybody calls it the big water because it's a big water. But right next to the big water is big swamp. And living in the big swamp is big beaver. Like, we're talking beaver almost the size of this table. Big beaver. So that's big beaver country. Mostly living in the grasslands are big bulls, big bison, and big mammoths. So this is elephant heaven. You look out here, and it's like those National Geographic specials with hundreds of them, thousands of them. They've all gathered here from all over the country. This is the world's capital for mammoth. But where you guys live, in the forest here, you have a different kind of elephant called the mastodon, and the mastodon specializes in eating pine. That's what it loves more than anything, is it loves pine needles, the tips of pine trees. And they'll strip trees bare in a couple of days and then move on to the next area. They don't strip all the trees in the area. They go until one tree is stripped, and then they go walking off. But that's where you folks live, and your home area is called the Skada Wing. Skada means eagle in the real speech of the real people. And it's called that because if you were to draw a picture, it kind of looks like a wing. The north edge of the Skada Wing is cliffs, and about 30 feet down from the edge is the really big river that goes to the big water. The very muddy river is also pretty fractious and flowing this way pretty fast and then it turns around and goes this way.
Huh.
Excuse me. Have you got names yet? Think of a name yet?
Beatfoot. No, beathead. I'll go with beathead.
Beathead? Okay.
Yeah, good.
Is it beat?
No, red hair like a beat.
Okay.
Beathead. Or you can write it down, or you can draw a picture of somehow, maybe a beat with a face.
I'll be I Spark.
Eye spark. Right. And anybody else?
Quiet Fist.
Quiet fist. Okay. Quiet. Or else you get the fist.
That's right.
Scotta brother.
Scotta brother, as in eagle. Go Eagles.
I have a young pet eagle.
Ooh, fancy, fancy. I think you're so cool with your pet eagle.
I do.
Do we have any domesticated animals in this area besides that eagle?
You have one semi-domesticated animal. It lives too long to be domesticated. If you tried to raise it, it would be many years, like many, 7. It would be many years before it was big enough to do anything like ride. So when you need one, you go out and you try to corral an adult and somehow convince it to do your bidding. It's not easy. Sometimes it's brutal, sometimes it's friendly. But that animal would be mastodon. And some of the people in your tribe had mastodon buddies, so they can kind of be pets. Or you can tie things to them and get them to run in a direction, and then when you get there, try to get the stuff off of them. It's not really training though. They're not very well trained. But experiments to that effect are entirely within the purview of the game. Just not quite now, because I'm going to start you off in a little more faster paced situation when you are around a fire. There's a fire there. And you are in the Scotta wing, and it's not raining, but it is cloudy. And you happen to glance over to the west, and there's a glint on the ground, and then you see water. Like a puddle, no, 2, 3, 5 puddles, and then the ground to the west is all puddles. And then you notice that the smallest shrubs can't be seen because there's churning foamy water,
Oh,
and it's coming your way. A little arm of the puddle comes over and puts your fire out.
to the heights.
Makes you uneasy.
To the heights.
High ground.
Yeah, okay, you're gonna go this way.
Has this ever happened before?
Not to you.
Okay.
Having the old in the ancient.
Legends?
They're not.
Yeah, legends speak of anything strange like this.
Oh yeah, you've heard of flooding, and this apparently this is what flooding looks like. But usually you've heard flooding came with rains. There was no rain.
I have a bad feeling about this.
So heading this way,
Yes, I'll go.
Are we shepherding our total tribe? How big is our tribe?
Yeah, are we responsible for
and
it?
it's your band. It's your band. You're the
Okay.
people.
So
who
we're
are
away
there.
from our home territory. We're
Yeah.
not doing something.
Your home territory is actually to the south of here.
Okay.
When the winter comes, you cross over the very red, muddy river. You walk across it. After it thaws, all bets are off. You don't go crossing that without taking your life into your own hands.
So
And
got
one of
limited
these
high
is
ground
okay.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very limited.
Well, we
And-
could just climb trees and try to wait it out.
Here come the mastodons.
They're ready to do this.
Okay.
Here, okay. It's kind of like that, and you feel it before you see it, as mastodons with tusks as long as this table are running your way,
Of course they are.
wild-eyed and fur on end. They're
Yeah.
very shaggy.
there's-
They're all with their fur standing out.
They're going to end up in the drink. There's no place for them to go. If this
And they're
started.
splashing as they come.
Let's try and grab on one.
All right, who wants to
Right.
grab onto? You know that they're not going to harm you. They're much too busy doing
Yeah,
this.
I'll make an attempt to grab one.
Okay.
I'm gonna call myself Fast Cloak, if that's okay.
That's cool.
I've
Yeah.
got a cloak that I like to wear, and I'm a fleet of foot. So when I run by, you just see the cloak because I'm already gone.
And I will be wild mane, because I have a wild mane.
Okay. Can you have some, I think this is a fast cloak here.
Ah, okay.
Can you pick one of these? I have some ladies and some gentlemen. You can be either as you please. But mostly they're different by color. So I'll pass them out this way. Everybody who's going to try to grab a mastodon, I'm going to make this a 4 stones challenge. This is going to be hard. Everybody's going to try. Please pick up your core stones.
Okay.
Without showing me, divide them up. And I'm going to divide mine
Can I
up
have
too.
a question?
Mhm.
I have good climber, would that take the effect?
That's going to be a +1. Now, that would be a stone, but you don't pick it up. So it's like 2 points because it counts no matter what hand you go.
Oh, okay.
A stone on the sheet is worth 2 in the hand.
Cool.
How about strength? You get that as a bonus?
I'm going to give it to you for strength, and also I think fast running is going to be worth a bonus for this. Anybody else think that their perk or their profession would help them?
Do we hunt mastodons? To understand their behavior?
In rare instances, yes. So if you're a hunter, knowing the mastodon goes left when its left foot is on the ground, its right foot's on the ground, it's going to go left.
Don't take
Yeah.
it. Thank you.
Okay. Ed, could
Is
you
it
pick one of
4-stone
my
challenge?
hands?
Yeah, let me,
Don't show me.
I'm not showing it, okay.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Okay,
You're
I'll
gonna
take
pick
this
one.
in.
So this is for the whole group.
The whole group, okay, okay.
And I'm going to pick everybody's right paw. That's
Everybody's right, okay. So
this one. So I have 2 stones.
I have 3.
One.
Plus one.
Everybody with 3, you've either grabbed onto a shaggy side or a tusk or an ear. Anybody got a 2 on a
I have
tie?
a question. I have a 2, but I have the good climber. Do I put
That's
that
going
in?
to count as a plus.
I put
Yes,
that in.
that's-
Okay, so I have 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you have
the
your hunting
hunting.
stone. That's going to count.
I've got a 1, but I have the fleet of foot stone. I guess
So that's 2.
Okay.
You have grabbed onto the 2 fork-shaped tail of a mastodon, and you are running along there, hanging
Luckily,
on
you're fleet
there.
of foot. You can keep up.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody not gonna attempt? Anybody left behind still?
Left behind. I thought that sounded way too dangerous. I'm trying to find a tree to get out of the way of the charging mammoth so I don't
Okay.
get stomped on.
That's gonna be a 3-stone challenge. And please pick up your stones, 4 stones, and I divide them up by mine. You got yours separated?
Oh, there I got
There you go.
Oh, is that? No, that's just an empty card. I thought you
Yeah, no, this is stone.
Okay.
I will pick that hand, please, and you pick one of mine. This tree or that tree?
That one.
2, tougher tree.
4.
Oh, you're up the tree.
Nice.
Right up
From your
there.
vantage point, once you're in the tree, I'm guessing that you keep on going. From your vantage point, you can see that to the north, there are cliffs and the river is coming up all the way almost up to the cliff, but not quite.
That's normally a 30-foot drop.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of water.
Huge
Lot of water.
Alright.
I like how you didn't jump on the mastodon because you thought it was too risky, but yet you put all the stones.
On second thought, yeah. All right. Well, you guys gather together, and when you look, Beathead is not there. The mastodons have run and are just going, and not paying any attention to you insects.
Did he
on
get
the
trampled?
rats.
Did anybody see Beathead?
Can I spot?
You look back the way you came, the water is crested up to an edge, and then stopped.
At that new height?
It is not receded.
It'll take a while to recede if it's going to recede.
It stops, you watch, and then you see a scrap of leaf going back the other way slowly. So the water's slowly receding. You can see them in the distance, and you can see all the mastodons have gone that way.
And I heard you shouting, Beathead.
Yeah, Beathead.
I'm up here.
And you
You
hear
survived.
a "Ah! Ah!" which is a noise that a deer can make, but no deer should ever make that kind of a noise. And you look, and you see the water that was rushing along had risen, and there was a deer, and when the deer got to one of the trees, out of desperation, it climbed into the tree.
Oh.
And after a while, the water went down, and now there's a deer stuck in a tree.
We're here.
Well, you can hear him back that way, but he's like a mile away. It'll take you almost a half an hour.
Yeah.
It was faster on the mastodons.
So are the mastodons just milling about now?
Is that?
It's still by me then, right?
Yeah, it's by you.
Okay.
Deer rescue?
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna climb down
Yeah.
out of the tree, which I'm hoping I don't have to roll for to go back down now.
I'm gonna give it to you. Going
Okay.
down was easier,
Sounds
especially
good.
not when chased by water.
Okay, and then it's really high up in the tree?
Higher, like 20 feet up, higher than any deer has a right to be. Deer are not climbers.
Those not jumpers too. To get down from a 20-foot fall.
Shoot, I don't know if I can think of a plan to get that done safely.
Caught in a couple of branches?
Yeah.
I'll run to meet up with these people and discuss the situation with them when I get there.
Yeah, I
Okay,
assume
you're
as
slogging through water about this deep for a ways. Splash,
Okay with
splash,
that.
splash.
as a group, we're gonna double back into, we're going to join.
I guess we gotta let go of the
Okay.
mastodons probably.
Yeah.
They're not bad valves.
Looks
so
like
I'll tell them
lunch
where
to
go.
me.
Well, the way
You
that
got
you
the
hunt,
free
the way
deer?
that you hunt mastodons is very ritual. You put a bucket-like mask on, and you cover yourself in sap, and you fast, and then you cover yourself up in different smelling things. And when this is done, it's ritually, it's not you killing the mastodon, it's the spirits sacrificing a mastodon for the good of your people. It's not really you. At least that's what you tell yourself as the poor mastodon gets slaughtered. And then when it's all over, you get rid of the masks, you hide them or you burn them, and wash off good. And hopefully the mastodons haven't figured out that it was you. So far this arrangement has worked. And in fact, the mastodons tend to stay not far from your camp because there's another denizen of the forest, which is a very large cat with saber teeth. It's a scimitar cat. And the scimitar cats come out at night. And you guys didn't see the scimitar cats running in the flood. Not sure where they are now. They're still out there somewhere.
Oh dear.
How close are we
That
to
new
nighttime?
noise.
It's getting close.
The sun is low.
Yeah.
That deer noise sounds like something that might attract a predator like a scimitar.
Oh, yeah.
Animal distress.
Yeah. Yeah, it would, wouldn't it?
So
I just got here.
either we rescue the deer and get it down, which we should probably do eventually, just because
It's annoying.
It's either a nice rescue or it's food.
Yeah. And can we use that noise to lure a predator close by and maybe get that too?
Oh, so you're saying use the screams as bait?
Maybe.
Set up a
or
trap, an ambush?
Maybe.
Hunter,
Yeah.
will you pick up your core stones, please? I have a 2-stone challenge for you.
All hunters?
Any other hunters?
Well, we're warriors. I don't know if that counts.
Oh, hunters.
No, not really. This is
Oh,
not
come on,
really-
this
So
is
I'm the
a
only
skill
hunter
set.
hunter? Okay.
I think you do a lot more hunting in the war.
Woody, woody, woody.
That's very true.
I'll take this hand.
We're very
Unless we're cannibals.
Bad hair.
2.
One,
One
but I
plus 1
We
hunter.
probably all need to hunt once in a while.
Hey, don't saber cats live in packs, more like lions, instead of solitary like tigers?
Do that?
Okay.
Yeah, it occurs to you when there's one, if you see one, it's
There's a-
letting you see it because there's a couple more you're not seeing.
Oh, boy.
So we should silence the steer one way or another. The question is which way.
Because it's not just gonna attract us like a scimitar cat that we can hunt, it's gonna attract a whole bunch that are gonna hunt us.
So have we gotten back together with each
You've
other?
all
Yeah, it's
regrouped.
kind of
Alright.
cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take this thing out, unfortunately. Or years. I guess if.
I see no other way.
Is this something we eat? This is something normally we would eat.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Then yeah.
All right,
Okay, for
I'm
you.
gonna take a shot at it with my.
Have we gotten to it? Are we?
I'm the missile
You're the archer.
archer.
Okay, have we made our way to the deer then?
Yeah, you,
Yeah,
I know
close
what
enough.
to do.
it's
I'll
easy
lead
to
you to
find.
it.
Yeah.
It's easy to find because it's screaming
Yeah, 'cause
its
it's bleeding.
pointy head off.
Is there any other kind of ritual for deer hunting? As far
Are
as
we gonna
like,
anger
hunting
the
out
spirits
deer?
or shaman by
Well,
doing this?
well, no. Usually somebody tries to go over to the deer corpse and whisper in its ear, "Really sorry to have scared you. We have need. And P.S. Tell the great deer spirits send more deer." That's pretty much what settles it.
Wow.
That sounds like your job.
Boy.
Yeah.
All right. Any ideas for how to get this deer down other than just knocking it and having it fall down?
Well, he's
It's
going
got
to
good spirits.
he's going to mercy kill it.
I was gonna
Well,
try. I only
Because if
have.
any of us climb up there,
Only
it's
6
gonna
stars, so-
freak out and hoof us and attack us.
Yeah,
so-
that's probably true. I mean, we
All right.
can chop the branch to maybe
And then
it
it
fall
falls.
down.
But we want to
Yeah.
silence this thing quickly, right? Because we know it's
Start
attracting.
firing in a pot of boiling water.
That
So.
was my plan.
All right, I think I'm gonna take a shot at it because we want to silence it quickly, right?
Mhm.
I guess so.
So don't miss.
It's not
Yeah,
a
right.
thing.
Take a careful aim.
That's him.
I'll follow the same pattern.
No.
All
Shoot it
right.
right in the heart and it expires.
I think it's for its sacrifice.
Yeah, as a shaman, I'll go up and do the ritual whispering.
Okay, do you want to
Actually,
climb the
probably
tree?
did. Yeah.
Oh.
It may not have fallen on the tree when it died, so it's actually 20
We
feet
may
up
need to
still.
go-
If it's up there, I can get it.
Climbing.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll
you're gonna
climb.
climb and dislodge it?
And I'll point out that some other people might want to be looking around. just
No,
to
we're
make sure
we're providing security.
Yeah.
This is 3 stone challenge.
Just,
You
do I
get your
use
+1.
3,
Yes.
You take all your core stones, which should be 4.
4 core stones? Yeah.
But you gotta beat whatever she gets.
Yeah. Don't show me. You showed me. I saw that.
Oh.
Keep it secret.
Got it?
Are you gonna be risky or are you gonna be careful?
Okay. I'm gonna pick the hand.
I'm gonna
Pick
pick
one.
that hand.
1
2.
Yay.
+1. He nimbly leaps up the tree.
Oh, that's good fun.
And this is it's a doe, and she got her long gangly legs all tangled up, so you dislodge one hoof and then the other. And then crash, 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 a dead deer comes flopping,
More noise.
leaving bloody smears down this tree.
So we should relocate to it before we.
Well, let's clean and quarter this. We can divide this up and we can carry the meat
Yeah.
and leave the gut pile for the predators to come down and look
Yeah,
at
that's
and
true.
snack.
Yeah.
Now
I
you
like
have,
that.
I'll
you
bid
have
the deer
one
good
worry
day.
left, and that one worry is known as the short-faced bear, Arctodus simus. It's a very big bear.
God, those kill me.
And you're most familiar with it because you see the paw prints this big when you're going out hunting. But it tends not to be a hunter on its own, it tends to be a kill stealer. It's got a nose the size of a pool ball. And scientists say that it could smell prey from 5 miles away. The other cool trait of the short-faced bear is it's called a tremarctine bear. Instead of being kind of square shape in build, in proportions, it's built more like a cheetah with long legs. It's the running bear.
Wow.
This is why I'm a fast runner.
So you have about 15 minutes before the first of your guests, the tremarctine bear, the short-faced bear, will very likely make an appearance. This is a skinning challenge, so if somebody's helping you, if the tribe is helping you, if one person's helping you, that person gets a +1 stone bonus. It's a helping bonus.
It will definitely help.
15 minutes.
Okay?
I
and
think
the
who's our
hunter-
skinner?
Can I
the
ask you a
hunter-
Just to
question?
gut it
hunter
and
gets
roughly
a-
quarter it. I mean,
The
that's
hunter gets a
15
plus because it's a hunting chore.
Okay, that would be me then, right?
Yeah.
I have a question. I have a couple things that might help. One just says knife and is also a tool.
Uh-huh.
And another one, I'm not sure what this says Amadou, and then it says birch tinder comp, fire starting aid, apply to staunch bleeding.
Probably not so good because you only use pieces of it this big, and this is
Okay.
a whole deer.
Okay, so that's for something like if someone's hurt.
Yeah.
But if someone with skills wants to use
But
my knife,
That would be the
Okay.
aid, that would be the aid?
Okay, yeah.
I have
And
a-
you're both gonna- you can both help.
Yeah.
I have a throwing knife. I don't know if this is the kind of job that with two people working on it would go faster, or if one person who knows what they're doing needs to be left alone to do it.
One person is going to be the person handling the core stones, and that's the person sort of in charge of the chore, and the other person is just going to help.
And since I get my hunter stone to bonus this.
And the
Yeah,
rest of you, if you want to be helpful, can somehow bring water to clean them off.
Yeah.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Okay?
I'm
Well,
going through a deer quick here.
the size of the deer
if
is going to be, it's going to be a 3-stone.
I can lend him my knife if that helps him at all.
Okay,
Knife
yeah.
with this another stone or something. I'm not sure exactly.
So I'm gonna get the hunting stone and then I'm gonna get aid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's going to be 3 stones here. I'll tell you right off, this is either goes very well or very badly, so I can tell you also, I've put all my stones in one hand. You get that free added drama.
Uh-oh. I'm also, while I'm not thinking about it, I'm going to try to retrieve my dart.
Okay,
Okay. You'd like me to pick first?
go ahead.
I will go here.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
I will pick that one. 1, 3,
Uh-oh.
plus 2.
Oh. Right. I get the hunter, I get the aid.
Yeah.
Well, the
Equal.
good news is that the deer has been gutted, quartered, washed. You have a hide. The hide has no holes. The bad news is you hear snorting on its way here.
Took some time.
So you hear the bear before it gets here.
Do we know roughly how many people are bears killable, and if so, how many people it usually takes? Like, do we have a
Usually-
chance, or we have no chance?
You have a chance, and it's not a good one.
Okay.
I think we should each take a hunch and then run in separate directions so that
Yeah.
we're less tempting targets for it to follow.
Sure. And there is gonna be a free gut pile for it to go
Yeah.
through.
Hopefully it'll go for the easy.
Okay, you're gonna leave the guts.
Yeah.
You would have covered it up, but you're gonna leave it there.
We're gonna leave it there just so it's obvious for him to see.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, scatter. Scatter.
Okay, I'm gonna give like a luck check. That is,
Maybe
I have
it's eaten.
3 regular trilobites and 1 bigger trilobite here. If the bigger trilobite is on the left, that's gonna be, it's this one. If that one's on the left, then the bear has caught you. If it's anywhere else, so 3 out of 4, you've gone on ahead and it's gonna feast on the offal. Okay? And the big trilobite is there.
On the left.
Not the farthest left one, but on the left, so it goes, oh look, sausage! And it starts feasting, and you guys are on your way. But it does mean that you can't stay here, and it's nighttime, and you're all wet,
And
and
scattered.
it's cold. It's getting to autumn.
I can
It's
help with that.
windy.
Let's get to as dry ground as we can possibly
Yeah.
find. And I'm going to get out my fire starter stuff and see if I can get a fire starter.
Are we just assuming that we were able to all find each other after we scattered?
Yeah,
Okay.
that deer kind of kept everybody's attention, and you guys were yelling back and forth.
Okay. Although if we were yelling back and forth, that could also attract predators, so maybe that wasn't the safest thing to be doing.
They were probably busy from the flooding, luckily. We can hope.
So we find
As
a highest, driest spot we can, and we
Yeah.
protect our spiritual leader.
Okay.
Yeah, and we can make a summation, maybe at this time, of how many days of food we have.
Now we have deer.
You all have 1 day's worth of food on you. A
I
person
mean,
can
from the
carry-
deer.
And you each have 1 day's worth of
Okay.
food from the deer,
Okay.
and you didn't get the chance to dry any of it or prep any of it. Some of it got left, but you carried off most of it, and you still have some bloody haunches with you.
You get invent salt technology.
Okay.
And we
Okay.
can
I've got a sparkly rock here that wants to start a fire. My cattail fluff, is this a one-use
There's 3 little circles. The
Oh,
little
okay.
circles are like charges or doses.
Okay.
So if you have 3 darts, that's how many. With things like, a throwing axe, you'll probably get it back after the battle unless you roll real badly. Or, the enemy was at the edge of a cliff and it probably went over the edge.
Okay.
This is the sensory
Yeah.
part of the game here. You're in a part of the forest that you're not so familiar with, and it's nighttime, so it's hard to see. When you look up, the clouds have covered the moon. And you're gonna make a fire.
Gonna try.
Is anybody helping to gather things to burn?
Well,
Sure.
Gather in here.
Okay,
Oh, gather it.
Maybe I'll climb a tree and just be a lookout.
I think,
that's a good thing.
That's a
You
very good thing.
look out.
and I'll do the same with my keen sight.
So the 2 of us will probably gather stuff for the fire. And
Okay, then I'm gonna say you take the core stones and you're contributing a stone for helping.
okay.
This is going to be, unfortunately, this is going to be a 5 stones challenge.
okay, I'd like to blow my
Oh,
cattail
One
fluff.
reason. It's wet,
Yeah.
it's dark, and you can't quite see what you're doing.
So can I get my crafter's stone and my fire spirit? Because I'm doing fire spirit and stuff. Is this course is not crafting, it's just fire.
When, I'm gonna say, you're gonna try to do a charm or ask the spirit for help in lighting a
Oh yeah,
fire.
for sure, absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that's a 1 stone challenge, and you pick up that
Oh,
one, but you
to-
leave your core stones
talk to the spirit?
down.
Oh, okay, to
Yeah.
get the spirit involved in all. Okay.
Right, and you do your spirity things.
Okay.
Pick that one,
Okay. And I'll pick that one.
1 stone,
1 stone.
1 stone.
was
The
like,
fire,
"What
the fire
is it?"
spirit says, I'll watch.
Yeah.
Maybe if I feel merciful.
Okay.
Prove yourself.
Yeah, on a tie, I get to make up ambiguous results.
Then I'll just, but then now I can craft this up. And my
Yeah.
craft, is that comes crafter in making fires?
Yes,
Okay, cool.
the crafters
And I'll
do a
get,
lot of
and
fire.
I am using the cattail fluff charge. So let me divide these up. Without dropping them on the floor this time.
Okay,
Okay.
all right, I'll pick that one.
Okay. Ooh, and I'll pick that one.
1.
Yay!
Why is that?
We have a fire.
Extremely lit. It's
While you
so
were
lit.
going through, you were going through in the dark, and some of what you encountered was this. Feel that. And some of what you encountered is this. Feel that.
Okay.
Can you pick up your core stones? I've got a challenge for you.
Okay.
For some reason you have 5
Shake 'em.
core stones.
That help?
What?
Puts the luck- it puts the luck
Where am I?
in.
I don't know. Are we not supposed to have
I'll
fun?
take that.
Okay.
Oh man,
And
I
I will
should
take
probably
that.
be in
Two,
trouble because I've
and
used an extra one all the time.
two.
Okay.
Well,
Maybe I should do 3 for a few charges.
Ambiguous result.
ambiguous result. One of these is edible and makes really good nutritious tea that will stave off a cold. One of these is toxic as heck and should not be used to cook deer steaks. But you've got some of each, you're covered. You come back with some branches. He comes back with 2 different kinds of branches. Here you go.
Oh, do I get to pick? Oh, wait, I've been using too many stones. I didn't know what I was supposed
Oh,
to
okay.
do so.
Let's just let it slide.
Okay. So I get to pick that?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm really all about fire, and, let's see. So I don't know? Not in the dark?
Are you a gatherer?
No, I'm not a gatherer.
This is something gatherers know about
Okay.
traditionally.
Who, do we have a gatherer?
Well, I wasn't a gatherer.
So why don't you take a peek at them?
He comes back with these soggy branches and says, I remember one of these is not good, one of these is good.
Okay.
I cannot tell
Okay,
the difference.
Beathead,
This
we
is-
need some
this
help
is
here.
a 2-stone challenge here. Pick up your core stones. You will get 1 for being the gatherer. So leave it on there because you get it in each
Okay,
case.
okay.
Yay.
Don't use that. That's hemlock. That's evil. Hemlock is for making. This is for making bows and arrows. This is for making roasting sticks.
Yeah, obviously, guys.
Okay.
Good thing we checked with Pete.
Glad we brought our gatherer.
How did you ever get out of
Yes,
Kate's
yes,
wizard?
well.
What was it? The other one? Not hemlock, what?
This is the hemlock or yew,
Yeah.
and this is the spruce. This
Spruce,
is the
okay.
spruce.
Okay, perfect, good spruce.
And
Did not realize.
I
Mighty
brought it back
spruce.
quickly, but I just didn't bring back.
At least you got us options.
Yeah.
You brought us options.
That's it. Okay, we got a fire. It's healthy spruce, and now we've got something to keep us warm in the wet night, and we can cook our
some
meat.
meat.
Yeah, and hopefully keep predators away.
Yeah.
And if the predators do come, we can have burning.
Right. Hopefully they don't
Torches.
fire very much.
Yeah.
Right.
you want a small fire, a medium fire, a great big bonfire?
It's wet, so I'm not afraid of making a large fire. I'll make
Okay.
as big a fire as I can possibly.
Wet
Well,
with a
that's
predator
cheerful.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going by the belief that predators don't like fire that much, so the bigger the better. Yeah.
I've heard this too. It's
It's a new technology in town, but we think
We don't think
we've tested it out.
We don't have all the bugs worked out, but
Well, because you have a big fire,
Silicon Valley
smoking
episode.
the rest of the meat is not a problem and not an issue. So you all have 2 days worth of food, and you ate 1 unit. Typically, you can carry up to 3. So you might want to make 2 little circles or something on your sheet for food
So,
rations.
do you have anyone here? I'm gonna.
so yeah,
I
fire.
think-
We've got more
It's
than
just
1
the
day's
blocks.
worth of food.
Okay, then,
so it's the
fire-
equivalent of high
then
tech building.
Ice Spark is female.
We are the Iron Man of
Yes.
paleo Iron Man.
Okay.
Slate Man.
Everybody got a representative here?
Yes.
Yes.
You're all well rested.
Mhm.
Morning comes, and the water has indeed subsided. And the sky is clear, which is pretty mysterious. Usually there's rain before something like this happens.
Yeah. It's almost as if some bunch of water held back by something that melted had coursed
Well,
through
that
the
happened-
area.
That happened long ago when the ice melted.
We could
Tsunami.
go back west and see if we can see anything that happened in the river.
I
that
mean, the
caused that.
spirits
Yeah.
are angry.
Yeah, angry
Oh,
sky
angry
spirits.
spirits.
probably
That's
water
the answer to
spirits.
everything.
Yeah.
Must be spirits.
Okay, well, where did the water, did it come down the course of the river from upriver? Or did it like go?
It came from the
wrong
big
way?
water, right?
Big
Didn't
water.
it come
Or
from
did
the
it
big
come up from
water?
big water?
Well,
it
the
came
big
from this
water is
side.
on this side.
And that's the
Yeah.
direction
We're
of.
here.
So the
Came
water
down
came from the
from
other
This
side?
side. So it seems like it could have come from the very muddy Red River.
Yeah.
Now, you
Oh.
talk more about big beavers,
They came
right?
through
Like
the-
table-sized big beavers.
They're from the swamps down here.
Okay.
Which probably.
Now,
Pretty wet.
well, I was gonna say, do they dam like water and like block it and cause changes in the flow of water that we're aware of, or is this
Big
still-
beavers built big dams.
That's right.
Exactly.
It could be a big beaver.
a big beaver dam that maybe
Fell apart.
caused the water change, or maybe there was a dam that kept it like this and broke and then it changed? I don't know.
Well, you walk over that
Yes, we
ways a
can
ways.
I made a suggestion, we go right around here and get a view of what's going on.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Just a little recon up
Assuming that the
red.
water's low enough again.
I was thinking that corner.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
what
but
you
if-
see.
but if it came from here, I'm thinking, like, this is where destination, but maybe this is more like the source, you know?
But if we go to that corner,
Huh?
we can see down both rivers.
Yeah,
Oh, that's true. Yeah, let's go to the first feather of the Scada thing.
so the tip right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that way we can see down all 3
Yeah.
channels.
Alright.
Well, you get halfway there and you come across something kind of odd. That's water bubbling up like a drinking fountain from the ground.
Oh,
And it's
boy.
about this tall. It's like the world spraying a leak. And you glance over, and about 40 feet down the ways, there's another one. There's water coming up out of the ground.
World did spring.
Is this like fresh water? I'm smelling it. Does it?
It smells clean.
It smells clean, and I'm gonna take a little sip of it. Is it? It's not.
Oh, that's delicious. That's really good. That's
And it's
better
cold?
than the
I know
water
you,
in the
I know you were
stream.
telling me how great the fire
cold,
spirits
too.
were, but I'm kind of getting a water thing going on. So I don't want to upset you. I might.
The,
actually, I'm
the water's cold and, is it cold?
It's cold. Yeah, this water's cold.
I'm gonna taste this nice cold water too.
Yeah, definitely, we'll all try.
Okay, have a good drink.
They didn't keel over, so I'll get some too.
Do we have anything to like carry water in, like water skins and stuff?
The spirits say you should drink
didn't have any on you.
Okay.
But
fair enough.
sooner or later, you'll come across a critter to turn into some water skins.
Should have saved that deer bladder.
You have one deer skin, and you could sacrifice the deer skin. It's not the best water skin, but it would work.
Let's carry some extra water with us.
Yeah, let's do that.
It looks like we have plenty of water
Yeah.
sources.
Well,
Yeah, actually, we might not need to carry
They
any.
need to run out.
Where's
Well,
your-
I-
There's fresh water everywhere.
If this is like the extra primo good water, it could be water from the spirits, it could be a spirit gift.
Yeah, that's true.
It does seem unusual enough to do something special.
And any legends of things like this happening before that we're aware of?
Not
Sporting
really,
water.
not this.
Well,
I guess
Strange.
Is there a tree I can climb since I'm the climber and look, get as
Looking
much?
around, you see knocked over trees. Whatever came to you when you were further that way,
Yeah.
there was a lot more water over here.
Hmm.
Now, knocked over by water or knocked over by, say, a bear?
Or mastodon.
How about charging mastodons and lots of water? Both.
Okay.
So they're all kind of falling in the same direction, probably. That
Yeah.
way. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So if they're laying down this way, then we know the water came from that way.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
so upriver
The
here.
water, you said the water came from that way, the water's coming out of the ground.
Well,
That
that
too.
as well.
They might-
I'm just a dumb, strong warrior, but there's
Yes.
water coming out of the
Don't worry,
ground.
we understand the spirits. You just focus on what you.
Yeah, you're right. It probably came out of the ground, scared the mastodon.
Quiet
and-
fist, no like this.
Yeah.
You sound like that Phil Hartman caveman lawyer.
That's-
Mr. Caveman.
One of the best hits.
I'm just a simple caveman.
Well, where's your crafter person again?
Right here, yeah, I've got a sewing kit, I can definitely make a.
Okay, I'm gonna hand
Save
out
some
your
water.
sewing kits here. You get first pick because you picked the crafter.
Ooh, sewing kits. Oh, shiny little thing.
Nice.
There you go. Pass those down and take one and pass them around.
Sewing kit.
I was wondering when you were getting to those. I kept staring at him. I was like, I want one of those.
This is the artificial sinew that goes with it. You take one and then pass it down. You can either wind your sinew around like a spool, or you can stuff it inside, and I'll show you how to do that. Just
Ta-da.
That's your thing. I'll
Okay.
take this one.
all right. They don't have pockets on paleo things as far as I know, but they did have buttonholes with no buttons, which says that maybe what they would do is find a hole and thread this through, like you could do this on a sweater, and then tie it off.
Hmm.
Or if you have a necklace, I was wearing them all on my bag fob. The way this works is the tube could be the bone of a bird, or the tube could be a piece of reed, could be some sumac. Inside, pull on the bead there. Inside there would be a piece of rawhide. These are vegan. This is felt and wax, and there would be, you could keep your needle in there, and then you roll it up, and you pull on the other string, and it goes inside. There you have your prehistoric sewing kit.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. It's amazing all the things that people do with zero technology.
Oh, yeah.
Do you call this
Absolutely.
technology?
No, this is,
I call it outlaw.
it's just
awesome
not our
technology.
technology.
It's different.
Yeah.
These only survive today in Finland, where they make them out of reindeer bones, out of antler and bone, mostly the antler. But we found examples of this all over the world and didn't know what they were until we figured out what the people in Finland were doing and figured, oh, those are probably little holders for small items. So that's what your sewing kit looks like.
Okay.
Do something like that. You want to make that deer into a water skin?
Yeah.
May not be a bad idea, but I mean, right, yeah.
If civilization collapses and we go back to the Stone Age, the Finns are going to be the best dressed.
Yeah. Also, they're going to eat a lot of reindeer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody want to help and lend a stone?
All in the stone.
Okay.
Okay. To test your prowess, can you divide your thread into 5 pieces? That's your challenge here.
Me?
No, yours.
Into five By
it'll
folding
divide-
5 times?
It'll divide up into
Oh!
5
Oh, you're
somethings.
splitting it.
You're
Yeah, you're
Gotcha.
doing what, if this was real sin, it would come from down the back of a deer, and it splits into little pieces.
Shall we do this?
You won't need to, but if he can
I'm using
do
a
it successfully, he's gonna give you a stone. What are you guys doing? You're keeping watch still?
Yeah, we're in the trees.
There's no trees to climb before.
Oh, yeah, I guess these are knocked
Yeah.
down.
Maybe this would be a good time to talk about this pile that I'm not supposed to look at. If I go gathering, do I have a chance of finding one of those things that's underneath there?
You have those things on you, and you know how to find them when you're in the right area of the world.
Oh. Okay, but I still shouldn't look at them.
Oh, you can look at them now.
Oh, I can.
Yeah, everybody, you can look at your cards now.
Those are examples of things you can find if you go gathering.
Okay.
And you pick up your core stones, please. Uh-huh. And I'm giving you a +1 because really technically you're doing this together.
Oh,
And
wow.
I'm giving a +1 for keen eyesight.
Got it.
That one?
Follow suit.
2, and
2.
2 plus 2, 4. There is somebody following you. You catch sight of a pair of furry ears in the distance, poking up from behind a rock and then disappearing again. Signal, signal.
I pull out the axe.
Look up here! Look up here! A moment later, the rest of you are notified.
Yes, since
Trouble
since
coming.
they're busy, I certainly tell you guys to
Yeah.
pass along the word, but I try to keep my eyes on the creature. And I get a dart ready from my perch.
Did it work? Did it work?
He's working on
We're
it.
getting there. Hey, I'm crafting. This isn't.
You're both splitting sinew to sew up this
Silent
hide.
That's
1,
fine.
2, 3, 4, 5.
There you go.
All right.
That's enough to make a bag.
There you go.
So is that a 1 stone automatic or is it 1 stone for me to use?
1 stone automatic.
Okay, cool, that's
And that was
awesome.
a 3 stone challenge.
Okay.
Quiet fist.
At the
make
end of
water
this
speak.
task is when your event comes into play.
Okay. Okay.
Ready? Take that one.
Gerald, take that one. What's your character?
2.
Two.
And
Wild
2
mate.
and 1.
Wild
Had
one.
you not
And I'm a
ass-
crafter.
and 2.
I'm the
Had you not
mid-range guy
assisted,
with the axe.
you'd still be doing this.
Oh, but
Just
no,
get
I
it
got
done.
with crafting,
Maybe
right?
You would have succeeded.
Oh, okay, you're
But
kidding.
but we did
Short
it
range?
well and quickly.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
Melee?
I've got, I've got a spear that has reach.
Okay.
He's the
I've got a
one
throwing
who
knife.
goes toe to toe with it.
Well, I think if we're all of our attention's on
Point me in the
one
direction of
creature,
something.
it's a mistake.
I've got an ace in the hole too that we might use to be able to pull if we need to drive this thing away or scare it away.
Okay.
Maybe, but if it works.
What do you say? What's a mistake?
I'm saying that the thing that let us see its fuzzy ears is not the thing that's hunting us right now. I think it's distracting
Yeah.
us, right? So my point is I'm keeping my eye on the thing that we
So
saw, but you guys
the
need to
most
keep looking
melee
around.
guy, he's most
He's
melee,
sewing right
could
now,
go
yes.
towards it, and then when something goes behind
Our
him,
warrior-
And then after I
Busy
die, you guys run away. So that's cool. Sounds like a plan.
when someone
I have my dart ready and I'm watching the thing that we have spotted, but you guys should keep your eyes open for things that might be flanking us.
What'd you spot?
Fuzzy ears moving around.
How big are the ears?
following us,
Big ears.
they're ear-sized.
Ear sized.
Are they are they the size of what would be bear ears?
This was the next question.
no, you thought something feline.
Feline.
That's
Yeah.
worse.
You know, something with a smile. Nice smile at dawn. I don't know. So, point being is probably not alone. If it let us see it, it's probably not the one that's closest to us. So, you guys keep
Maybe we
your
can
eyes
just throw
open.
something at it, see if it
Yeah.
charges.
You think we should provoke the one we can see?
Rather than walk
I
through
would,
crap.
I would rather keep an eye on that, but also make sure there's nothing else that's we're not being lured to that something else that can ambush us.
And silent fist, quiet fist, silent.
Quiet.
Quiet fist.
Quiet fist is now free from his sewing to come
You have a problem with that?
Hey, it makes
That
sense.
sounded
that
like he
our-
was,
it helps
sounded like he was
us
mocking
It
you
makes a
quite
lot
a
of
bit.
sense having our toughest warrior with the guy that can make fire to make sure that he
The girl that can make fire, actually.
Yeah.
Guard the shaman. Will you be shaman?
This is now going to be
Please
the
don't
area
squeeze the
of,
shaman.
these are now fallen trees. You'll have to use your imagination
nice.
that they're much bigger.
Well, yeah, if this was a diorama, that'd be perfect size.
I believe it's on its way.
Okay. And
Guys don't wanna-
put your, sure.
Oh, you grabbed the
Hemlock.
hemlock.
And can you put your guys?
Right now, you and me are by the fire, wherever that is.
Yeah.
We're crafting.
Wherever we are is where the fire
You don't
is.
have to, but if you do
Let's say
walk
the
towards
fire's
that
on
thing, I'll
this
be right
end.
behind you. 'Cause I
Well,
have
I'm planning. I just
You can be in a tree.
where we start at, we were
Down
making the
around.
water
You can be
skin.
in a tree if you want to or not.
Oh, the tree.
Does young Skada react to predators
Yeah,
or
yeah.
gets some
Scott looks around and
gets nervous?
Yeah.
Gives me some signal. All right.
I see it now.
Confirm. Yeah. Confirming.
Rob, there's a theme of you having characters that are only useful to do with their pets. I noticed that.
it's a droid thing, right?
Yes.
A question.
Okay.
If there is a, like a, I mean, well, this is not a bear, it's going to be feline, it's
Feline.
smaller than a bear. Okay. Now, where are you located?
I think this is what we're setting up. Is the fire over there then?
Yeah, we're back here by the fire.
And then theoretically, Wildmane and I were in like trees looking different directions.
Can I ask
Okay.
a question?
So,
Which direction was the
Yeah.
feline no?
Yeah.
This direction.
okay, so then
Okay.
I was probably facing this way. Is that, well, that's me.
That's me.
Okay.
I'm going to be kind of in between. If there is something else that's going to come after our camp, I can get to it quickly. If you guys need help, I can get to you guys quickly.
So,
There's a rock over here. In fact, there are many rocks. It's a glacial moraine. Rock, 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 rock. Lots of rocks over that way.
That is rock. We are a hard place.
And now I'm
We're
going to
stuck.
start doing initiative, and it's really simple. I'm going to go around clockwise from me, and if you don't have something to do, you can kind of sort of set up a held action by giving me a trigger, like if that person comes close to my buddy, then I'll defend them and attack, or if they move, then I do something. But for the most part, I'm going to try to have you act on your turn. And hopefully things will go fast too, so you won't have much to wait. So what do you want to do?
I'm confirming that I'm actually up in the tree. I'm preparing one of my darts if this creature charges any of my friends.
All right. On the atlatl card, it says it has range. If it doesn't say it has range, you're like if it's a knife that doesn't have range, it's not a throwing knife. It has no range.
My range
You're
is
gonna have to
3.
be right up to something to poke with it. This has a range of 3. 3 what's? Well, cavemen don't have rulers. Instead, we have spans. This is 1 span.
Ah,
This is 2
good.
spans. This is 3 spans. So that's the atlatl range. Typical thrown spears, javelins are 1 span or 2. In your turn, you can move 1 span and then act, or you can act and then move a span. Kind of sort of fudge. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're just roughly doing this much movement and this much range for weapons.
So based upon 3, I have pretty good range on the whole group.
Yeah.
I am pointed this way. I am readying the dart in case this or something like this goes after people I can see.
Do you want to attack it when it's in range then? That's a possibility.
I'm going to like it would be like a span and a half when it gets close. So not exactly when it gets in my range, but when it gets closer to someone.
Okay.
All right, we'll do my.
So do you have, that's your trigger
interrupt.
is
Yes.
when it's in range.
okay, I'm going to be kind of standing my ground here. I'm going to be keeping an eye out on these guys, and also kind of like occasionally glancing back at the camp. I have a feeling that this is like maybe something that's going to kind of to lure us away, so something else can maybe move into where the camp is. I don't know why I'm feeling that way, but I'm thinking maybe that's what the genie maybe might have in mind. So I'm going to be keeping an eye out. I'm holding my lance at the ready. It's not a throwing weapon, but I'm pretty fast, so I figure if there's trouble here or there, I could probably get there pretty quickly. And in case there is something that's big that maybe we can't handle, I am, in the back of my mind, I don't have it ready because I've got my lance. I'm thinking about getting that out and
Okay.
then maybe making that something.
All right,
dangerous.
that's a possibility. What do you want to do?
Beefhead is collecting throwing rocks off the ground, hopefully finding some around that tree. And if I see that wolf or that creature charging me, or I spot another one closer, then I'm gonna jet up this tree as fast as I can.
Okay, pick up your core stones, please.
This is a challenge, so I'm supposed to be putting them in hand. Ah, I dropped one. Where'd it go?
Oh no,
I got it.
this wouldn't happen if we played on the ground.
Table
I've
is,
got mine.
table is slightly cheating.
Okay.
I'll pick that one.
And I will pick that one.
2 against you.
I have one.
1. What's your character type?
I'm a gatherer.
Your gather is 1 to 1. You have found 1 rock.
One
Now, if you
rock.
attack hand to hand and you don't have a weapon, you actually take a minus. So there's some weapons that don't have pluses, but you're not going to take a minus. You've got 1 rock at the ready.
All right.
It's a good one, though.
For 1 rock.
Those glaciers give you a good selection. What do you want to do?
I am going that way, one span, right?
Okay.
Someone should.
And
Oh, I am going to. I
quiet fest.
Make sure
stand
you
up
don't,
from the fire and heft my axe, and I will move if
Don't-
you can stand me moving.
don't abandon
Okay,
the shaman.
There you go.
It's drawing us away,
There.
guys.
Yeah.
Huh?
This is drawing us away from the real.
I'm not going any further until I get more information.
Yeah, I don't see a reason to go towards it. Moment.
Okay.
I'm fine here with fire.
Okay.
The shaman's gonna stay alone next to the fire.
Now I move any bad guys in this case.
Not sure why you guys are.
How many span does a saber tooth?
Let's hope you have a lot of spirits there to help protect you.
Yeah.
Well,
I've got my knife. I'm fine.
you with your keen vision
Yes.
immediately see that when it moves, it doesn't move like a cat. In fact, it's a human cosplaying a cat. He's got a cat skin cape with a hat, and those 2 ears belong to a dude.
Nice.
You guys, from to about here, you can see it's a human. Here, you see it's something.
Not
Not
cool.
quite
He's
sure.
he's a human, but he's not one of the real people, though, is he?
No,
He's
not a real
definitely
person.
not. With your keen sight, you see his 2 front teeth are missing, and his 2 front lower teeth are missing, and his remaining teeth have been filed into points. These are the Pajak. The Pajak are cannibals. The Pajak are also very religious. They're very devout. And they think that they are the children of the saber-tooth. Accordingly, the thing that the saber-tooth is supposed to eat in their worldview is human beings. And that's all they want to eat. Deer are for dire wolves, and mammoths are for other creatures to prey upon, but they want long boar.
Do
And
they?
so-
We seem pretty familiar with them. Do they hunt similar to saber tooth in packs?
No, they take prisoners because in order to ritually be saber-tooth, they have to transform you into bison, which consists of taking the prisoners to a cliff and then driving them off the cliff and declaring, "You're all bison," which magically makes them okay to eat.
I don't want to be a bison.
We will reject
Today
the
is
offer.
not the day to be a
It's
bison.
a wonderful offer.
The Pajak are not loved by anybody that you would consider a friend.
All right, I make the Pajak symbol to the group, so everybody knows what we're dealing with, as stealthily as possible.
Gonna change it.
Um,
We do need
I,
that.
okay, it's not like trying to move or anything, so.
Circle up, guys. Come back together.
And if they're going to attack, they're gonna have to come in and get it, they're gonna, so.
Okay.
Well, as you had predicted, don't move your guy yet. I'll go around. As you had predicted, they do want to get between you or away, get your fire away from you. Can you put this guy next
Who's
to the
your
bed
shaman?
The one that we left
Do you-
unprotected.
Do you,
there? Next to the bed there, yeah.
do you
see a
know how
second
the
one there.
spirit magic works?
Do I know how it works?
Yeah.
I've asked for help starting a fire once. That's all I've done with it. I've got a fire here, and I've got a fire spirit. Can I? Yeah.
Does he, did he?
No, I don't know.
You can ask the fire spirit for any kind of fire-related effect.
Okay. Well, I've
If
got
you
huge ass fire.
if you take time doing a ritual, you get a bonus. If you offer a sacrifice that is acceptable to the fire spirit, you get a bonus. If you get other people to do the ritual with you, you get a bonus. All of that is really important to a beginning shaman.
Right. Okay. And do I
So,
recognize him as a?
if you wanted that guy's saber-tooth outfit to catch fire, that's a thing you could ask the
Okay.
fire spirit for. So be creative.
Okay. So do I notice him, recognize him as a jock?
You can't see him yet. You're a little too far away.
Okay.
But you've seen Hunter.
I've heard the yelp of jock.
Evil Brother has said
I've
that.
given the signal,
Okay.
so we're aware that we're surrounded.
Okay. Your time to move an act then.
Okay, I am going to come down from the tree and rejoin the group. I don't know how much of the span takes dropping from the tree safely takes, but I'm gonna come down.
I'm gonna say you can get it down for free.
Okay.
You guys
Oh,
can
great.
leave.
Then I'm gonna come rejoin, we're gonna consolidate, right? That's what's
Yes,
the
we'll
idea.
go
We're
back
gonna
to the fire.
consolidate.
All right. And your action?
I'm gonna fall back so we can kind of maybe just get. I'm assuming we're all gonna head back to where the shaman is to kind of get the fire area.
Yep.
Okay, which one's you?
The cloak one.
This one here. So, span this way?
Yeah.
All right.
Back here.
Facing that way? Whichever, it's not important here.
Yeah, I'm looking around in all directions because, like I said, I've been convinced for a while.
Once we all get back, then we'll just stand in a circle facing outward and be ready.
With the fire as one of our
Move,
part
Right there?
patrons.
yeah. Okay.
That's my rock.
Oh, I'm sorry. Beefhead, are you all? You're a
Yeah.
warrior too, right?
Still gather.
Gather. Oh.
Yeah, the warriors are quiet.
And
Fist,
kind of looking off.
Wild man.
Case
Okay,
there's another one.
So,
Okay.
I'm gonna let you go first before.
Okay. Fire spirit. Harry and harass our enemies. Light them up, and I feed their corpses to this bonfire for you.
You can make a deal?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna call that a 2-stone challenge. You've got 1 stone. Have you got any sacrifices now to sweeten the deal? You know, that venison looks good.
It is the best.
Throw your food into the
Yeah.
fire.
The venison is yours. I cast it straight into the.
Okay.
Yep.
You don't have to cast all of it. I'm
Okay,
gonna
just-
see
just-
some
Yeah,
of
yours.
Yeah. I cast some of mine. I cast. Yeah.
it. Okay.
Okay. Cool. Then so I got my fire spirit, and then okay. Let's see. So is this to get the fire spirit's aid?
Yeah.
Okay.
That one?
Okay, and I will take this one. You sure? I'll take that one.
1 and 1. And some food.
Plus food,
Okay.
Sac- Sacrifice.
You guys here can see that guy.
Oh, there's one there. I'm glad I said our enemies to be.
You hear a from behind there, and he's having out a fire that has started on his cloak,
Hotfoot.
his greasy,
Okay.
unwashed cloak.
Well, now we're aware of him and can target him.
I'm going to ask you to play the role of fate here. Could you please take 3 stones? Putting that fire out is going to be a 3 stones challenge
Okay.
to his 4. He's a competent dude kind of character.
Okay.
Um,
And fate.
I'll take that one.
And I'll take that one.
He gets 2, you have 1, he puts the fire out. But he doesn't come charging at you with a weapon and throwing it
Held
at
him
you.
in for a round.
So
Good. Good call.
you thwarted his atlatl throwing
Ooh, that's a good thing to
for
throw.
the
Can
round.
outrange.
And
That's very good.
and with magic, you should keep this in mind for future.
Yeah.
You can make a long-term effect by spending your stone of rapport with the animals, with the fire spirit. And so, like, if you wanted to make a magical flame that could be your campfire for the night, you
Okay.
spend that, and the fire will stay until you voluntarily put it out or something happens, right?
And then do
So
I-
you could have set that guy on fire for a long time.
Okay.
But it would be
I
the last
spend
thing
it-
you do
Okay.
magically,
Yeah.
right? That's the thing. Since this was temporary, you haven't used up your stone.
Okay.
You can keep doing little magical things.
When do you get the stone back if you use it?
It's like taking a point of damage, so when you heal it back,
Oh, okay.
which could take a while.
Yeah.
So probably when you've had a good rest is the good rule of thumb. He goes, jock number 1 goes that far, and he is not within his 3 spans to throw an atlatl. Your turn.
Atlatl duel.
Enter. You win.
Okay.
Take him out, Rob.
I'm not within range, but I am going to hold my action until they come in range with my dart.
All right.
So I have stopped the movement. I think we're consolidated enough. So I'm preparing. If this guy comes within range, I want to interrupt.
Take a look.
Okay.
Look at that map on the back. It's got like 15
I'm gonna
sections.
come to his aid. As far as I'm concerned, we need our hunter, our gatherer, and our shaman to keep all this alive. So I'm a little weird. I'm a little weird that our non-warrior guy is taking the points on this. So I'm
Okay,
if he's
stand
gonna
by.
say something, I want to be there too.
Cool. If I can stay in the middle, I can be your turret.
Yep. Thanks.
We're gonna watch for a little bit.
Says the eagle.
Oh. Young Skada.
He goes to sit in a tree. He's in the tree here.
Okay.
Oh, he's going to try to be in the tree.
He fell out of the tree.
You imagine he's in the tree there. And now your action. Going all the way around again.
My action.
Yeah, you covered. You came over to cover, right?
Yes. Can I see him? Can I see him approach?
Yeah. Okay, you went from here to here. That was your action.
Okay.
Sure.
Oh, right. Well, in that case, I move to this tree, put my
That's
rock.
him. That's him. You're
Oh.
there.
No, that's
No,
me.
that's
right?
not me.
Am
This
I
is
wrong?
me then.
Oh, that's you.
I
Okay.
move to the tree, put the rock in my shirt, and climb up into the tree.
Okay. Some overhand bowling in their future, perhaps?
And you plan on throwing it down on them if they get too close.
Well, that works.
That's perfect.
That's good for climbing. Your action?
Is there any way I can move a greater distance with a sword or challenge?
Not really.
Yes,
Is there?
you can use your action for a second move.
Oh, okay. I'm wrong. I had forgotten all about that.
If it's all you do, you can go twice.
All right,
Did everybody hear that, by the way?
No. No.
Rob.
If you want to, you can use your action for a move. So you could go move,
But then you don't get an action.
but then you won't get an action.
All right, here it goes. I'm saving our shaman. I charge this guy that's gonna throw something at the shaman.
Okay.
Action.
You get
action.
to action.
Yeah. Our move. I should
Oh,
say.
wild
Which
things,
one's my
wild.
guy?
Lua?
Gotta go for it, man.
Oh, I think, is that him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing. So they got that one, and me and Jerry
About to there. Little farther.
got this.
There you
Wild
go.
You
name.
did a double run?
Yep,
Oh, you're doing a double run, okay.
Wild name.
boom. With my big axe out.
Okay, do you have reach? It says
No.
reach on your weapon?
No.
Okay, then you need to be fairly close to
Okay.
attack.
Well, that's why I was just
Can't-
moving up there to threaten him, draw the fire. So
Yeah.
me and Jerry are drawing that guy out. While those three draw that guy out, hopefully our shaman will be able to hold her own there by herself.
Heal the damage from our stupid choices.
Okay.
Well, I don't know about being a healer, but there's no reason I can't fight, is there?
No.
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna,
You did good with the fire thing before.
yeah, I'm gonna span. Well, I've got a knife too.
And you can do a double span if you want, but
But then you can't
you're
take it.
closer to
Well,
that.
I got no other action. I'm
That's
gonna
good. You
take
stand
right,
behind
so-
us.
Okay. that
So a
makes sense.
cool thing that a beginning shaman can do,
Mhm.
like make your knife a flaming knife. It's a one-time thing. Then you want to spend your
Yeah.
stone and leave it running, right? But it's one advantage you can use over and over again during the
Like
course
from,
of the fight.
It keeps going until you
Yeah.
take that energy
Oh,
back.
that's-
If you make a long-term
If you
effect.
spin the stone.
yeah.
If you spend
Can
the
I still
stone.
talk to the fire spirit without the stone? Will I just look at the stone for it? Or-
You know you
No.
won't be able.
You
You
won't-
can't
you
do
won't
any.
have any-
Can't do any spirit magic unless you have at
Okay.
least one active
You
stone.
burn out for the day.
No, he would not do it extinguished.
So,
No, I'm
but that's
kidding.
yeah.
That's
That
good
gives
to
you more
know, yeah.
flexibility.
I can get pretty crazy with this. Yeah.
Okay, well, you have an action if you don't move twice. Do you want to
Yeah,
do 2 moves or move in an action?
No, I think I'm good now.
Okay,
Don't want to go
all right.
necessarily. Right.
This guy goes a move. He can't get to this tree. If he's here, he's put this tree between you and him.
Okay.
He's going to angle off this way. He goes to there. And this guy comes forward and he's going to attack.
Me.
Quiet fist.
He has an atlatl. Instead of throwing the atlatl at you, he draws a knife.
Okay.
And you see some kind of goo on his knife.
Oh, the gooey knife.
It's a gooey knife. He has a
It's not a healing potion, is
He
it?
has a and surprise, you stereotype me as an enemy. He's going to try to knife you. You have the option to either defend, in which you sacrifice your ability to do damage back, or you can attack back. If you defend, you get 1 point in your favor, no matter what hand I pick, but you can't hurt him back. So
But
that's like
when it comes back around to my turn, then I can still get to attack him.
yes, you can.
You,
Okay, I'm
if
defending.
you don't defend now, you are fighting back now. And if you score higher than him, you will do damage now.
Defend.
So you
Melee combat is simultaneous.
Okay.
So you can't hurt him on his turn instead of yours?
Yes.
Okay.
But he is
If you think you can beat him.
But he is a warrior, meaning he's going to get 1 warrior stone, and he's got 4 core stones. He's
Right.
about your size.
Are you a warrior?
I'm a warrior and I'm strong. Do I get the strong
Yes.
with this?
From your weapon, yes.
Okay, because I got a big axe.
Yeah.
Oh, and I get +1 damage, but that's damage. That's not to hit. From
It
the
sort
axe.
of is, the way the system goes, the points of stones that you do above mine count as damage.
Okay, so I've got 3 bonuses. I've got the axe,
Strong
the
warrior.
warrior, and the strong.
No, just the warrior and the axe.
Okay, just the warrior and the axe.
But,
All right.
so the
Well, that's
the-
pretty good.
Yeah.
And the plus for the damage will come into play if you have the most stones.
Okay.
Right, right.
Okay.
And I'm right behind you.
Ready? Ah, he says.
Which
Take
way?
that one.
Okay, I will take that one also.
3 plus 1 from him.
Oh, he
2
got me.
plus
Plus 2.
Plus 2.
So it's 4.
And 4?
4 and 4.
Yeah.
Tie. Clash.
So it's the beginning of the Errol Flynn Basil Rathbone fight. And we've locked blades.
He slips and he knocks your axe out of your hand
Okay.
a couple meters off to a side. He's on his rump there.
So he falls down and knocks my axe out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna have to use his action to get back up.
Okay.
And,
All right.
And Wildman's
That's
right.
good.
And Wildman's right behind you.
Yep.
Wild man.
Did he, but he still has his knife in his hand?
Yeah.
Yeah. he
Okay.
still has
I
it.
wouldn't do fumbles on to both guys every time they tie.
I
That
wouldn't either.
in combat, that's
Not
not.
every time.
Okay.
Just when it's
You
dramatically
can.
appropriate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna take a little bit of a. I could do this,
Yep.
and then
He is in range.
he's definitely he might have been actually in range would be back there.
Yeah, but
I'm
always
gonna come
close
up-
the distance, right?
come
That's
a
good.
little bit.
Put some intimidation with that lateral dart.
All right.
He cannot shoot back out of turn.
Wait, you guys have atlatls?
I do.
He does.
That's like the
And a pet eagle. That's double down on coolness.
Like the Stone Age artillery.
All right. He has.
it is.
He has 4 core stones.
Uh-huh.
He is a hunter. You can see from the way he's dressed and what he's carrying that he's missile weapon oriented. You can tell that that guy is a warrior, the one in the mud. And this guy He's gonna defend, so he's going to try to leap aside. He's going to get a +1, regardless of what hand you pick.
Missile
And
combat
that's the
is
hunter
not
stone
simultaneous.
coming in?
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So is it?
So he may
That's the
as well
hunter stone coming
defend.
into play?
Right.
Yeah, you get the hunter stone.
I get
with
the
this.
hunter stone as well. Does my eyesight do for missiling? Or no?
Um,
No, wonder if we-
I think not in this case.
Okay.
Hey, this one,
I will go with this one.
2,
2 plus the hunters also
+1,
makes it 3 each.
3 each.
And I'm not getting the eyesight, so it's a tie.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he's trying to dodge out of the way. You consider shooting. You notice the tree is in the way. You're just gonna lose your atlatl. You don't even launch.
Don't even
He's
lose,
gotta
don't lose
go,
the dart.
"Oh,
I just don't get the shot. I lose the
No.
shot. Okay.
okay." And your turn.
Okay,
You're
so
here.
I can go 1 span and then attack, or I can just put a lot of movement into going 2 spans.
Yeah.
Now, I
You
am
also
like,
have a half span extra
Yeah, so
because you are fleet of foot.
okay,
So
You
you
can
go
do
one of
3
these.
spans.
yes.
Yeah, you would be 3 if you had twice.
Okay, I'm going at it. I'm running at this guy.
1, 2, 3. Do you want to be right by him or?
I don't want to get between him and our throwing guy here, but I want to get to this side of him. So
Okay.
he seems to be kind of
What reach does, Jack,
hmm
is makes it so when you are attacking, if the other guy doesn't also have reach, then they can't do damage to you even if they score higher.
well, I've got like a lance that has reach.
Right, that's why I'm explaining it to you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm holding
It
up the
doesn't
lens.
it doesn't mean you don't have to be, in melee. It
Right,
just
right.
means you have an advantage when you're initiating the attack.
I've got my lens held out. I'm like,
Skewer him and run into him if I
Okay.
can.
Next turn.
Next turn.
Okay. He notes that. Squints at you. Grins at you, missing his teeth. You see his pointy fangs. Your
So
turn.
Pete had thought the plan was to form up in the middle, and now I look down and see that no one's around me anymore.
No plan survives contact with
Guys,
the enemy.
guys, and seeing no one around me, I'm going to climb back down out of the tree.
Okay, you can do that easily. It's just a leap and a leap. Want to go half span more? Either way, or
Not this round.
okay.
What about observation? Well, it's probably-
Is this a
that's
half
good idea.
span?
Pardon me, just one. Would you like to do a stones check to see if you can spot any more Pajak?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
There you go.
Great idea.
So, it's a challenge with
Your
4
core
of these?
stones. Just pick up the core stones.
I'm gonna steal your kill.
And you are a
I'm gonna
gatherer.
steal your kill.
Hey,
In
as
this
long as
case,
he's
I'm
dead.
gonna, and because it's a looking for kind of
Remember, we
chart,
got
I'm
freedom
gonna
to
give you
fire.
that stone for this one.
Fair enough. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, we don't get to eat.
I'll take
I
this one.
wasn't planning on it.
Okay, and I'll take that one.
3,
Pachak.
1. No, if there's something out there, you haven't spotted it.
He's hiding in the tree with you.
Normally that would make you feel safer.
He's right behind you.
Okay, my question, is this a half, a span?
Kind of like this. Half of this is this.
So you're right there.
With your
Okay,
fingers
I have a
together.
half span range on my axe. I'm just asking
Okay.
you if I can hit him.
Yeah, you can try. He's
Okay.
not.
I mean, if I'm within range.
Especially, he's knocked down.
He's not going to get his warrior stone,
Cool. That's what I want.
and he cannot defend
Cheat and
because
win.
he's stuck there. He can't use the defend action, which would prevent him from. Would give him an extra stone for being dodgy. I'm going to say he just gets core stones.
And do I have any bonus?
Are you a hunter?
I am a
Warrior.
warrior, right?
Hunters get their
You gave me-
job stone on missile attacks.
No,
I think
I'm
you're a
not a
hunter.
hunter.
You would
You're
be
a
better off.
hunter.
What?
You're a hunter. Do you want to
Okay,
be
but
a
I
hunter?
had a range. You're right, but I had the axes. Okay, cool. So I do get an
Yeah,
extra
so you
stone.
get a stone for this.
Well, you don't pick it up. You just
Oh,
you
that's
don't
right,
pick
right,
it
right.
up. You just get the +1.
I knew that.
which is better because
So
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yes,
that's how you want to play it.
absolutely.
Okay.
Cost you the axe though.
I'll take that one.
I'll take that one.
2,
1,
and
Plus
plus
one.
firm for Hunter.
2, yep. So, yes,
Um, I'm going to say that you strike him with the axe. It doesn't hurt him, it bounces off of him.
Okay.
But you've hit him. This counts as coup. You have gained honor.
Oh,
Ooh.
You
Oh,
know,
that one, 2.
That
How do you
counts.
spell that?
C-O-U-P.
C-O-U-B, yeah.
Oh, that kind of coup. Fancy Stone Age word.
Yeah. Those French Stone Age folks.
It was invented by the Neanderthals.
Apparently.
Well, there were a lot of them in France.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna run and grab something real quick while you're on the
Okay.
Okay, cool, thanks. It's good. Oh, thank you.
I am going to grab my axe and pick it
Okay.
up. And
That's just
then
movement. You still have a little movement left if you want.
go back over here to wait for him to get back up so I can promptly kill him afterwards.
I'm going to count that as a held and allow you to split. On rare occasion, I'm going to allow you to split movement and action. In this case, I'm going to say you've got a triggered action.
Okay.
Generally, I don't let that, but in this case I will.
games are starting.
It's special.
Oh, yeah, I can run up and knife him.
Okay.
I'm just a crafter. I'm just a lowly crafter, so
Where's,
See what I can do.
where is
Move her up there.
yeah, he's
There
a
we
span away.
he? Okay. Move.
Oh my.
No, don't get up on our account.
Yeah.
He also
Exactly.
he does not get a warrior stone. He does not get a, he cannot say he's dodging. He's stuck there.
Okay, I'll take that one.
Okay?
And where's she going?
Take that one. 2 and
4.
4.
Oh!
One bigger than
Yeah, that's
Nice.
Don't
that's
piss off
too
the
bigger.
shaman.
He takes 2 stones of damage. He is now down to 2 stones.
Oh,
When he does his
yeah.
tests, all his tests will now be.
Oh, you
Now,
guys.
you don't always have to do that. You could have I could have the perk Beautiful Face, and when I take a point of damage, I use that stone instead as if it was a hit point because I don't feel so beautiful right now. Be like that.
But he's given up core stones. He doesn't have anything else to give.
Yeah.
That's one.
2 spoons, I got it.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, I guess that's me.
He gets up. Immediately, you have the ability to attack him.
Yes.
He has 2 core stones.
I tenderize him for you.
And I've got my +2.
He can dodge. He's going to sacrifice his ability to do damage back for a +1.
Okay.
And he does get a +1 because he's a warrior, so he's at +2.
I'm also a +2.
All right, here you go. It's all or nothing for him to survive. He's going to have to put all his stones in one basket or hand, as it were. Okay, that one?
5.
Which one?
Oh,
Okay.
that one.
2 + 2 is 4. You do another point.
Oh.
He's still alive.
Skulking about. Still,
How badly do you wish your prisoners now?
still stumbling about.
Do you speak?
Unreal person.
I run away. I go. You strong. I go.
That's right, we're strong. Real people strong! Real people strong!
But you in us land. But you land now. You land.
Ah!
He's surrendering. He drops his weapon,
We'll keep
Which-
that.
which isn't necessarily a reason not to kill him because he is a
Yeah, he's a pajak.
a pajak.
He's a cannibal. He
He's
would be.
trying.
Actually, we kind of have to because I promised into the fire.
Okay.
Okay.
It's like Game of Thrones, man.
Sorry, your life is forfeit. I promise you.
You have been promised to someone else.
Who wants to take him down?
Well, I'm
It's
done.
your
It's
action.
your
It's
turn.
your action.
It's your turn, and you got 1 hit point left.
Your choice.
This is for you. I say to the fire strike. And
Okay. Gonna
Why don't you do
sacrifice
it
him to
first?
fire.
It's a little rough.
He's got 1
Okay.
stone.
Okay. So you're gonna try and.
He's gonna try to defend.
Oh, okay.
He
So you
has-
might try to wriggle away.
He has a
Okay.
+2, yeah.
Oh, so okay. So he could easily wriggle
He
away.
can dodge you still.
Yeah,
He just can't
if
run
he's-
away now.
Okay. Wow, that's Hold on, I'm trying to do math. Screw math. Math, schmath. Okay.
Only the
take that one.
banana is
I'll
left.
take this one.
I'll play this thing.
1 and 2
Oh, does he get away?
and 3. Yeah,
Oh.
you got one score.
Oh.
You missed is all that happened.
Oh, okay.
But
Well, sorry, fire. Okay.
Don't know who you want.
Who's starting?
You might be able to take this one,
particularly
like, you know.
bloodthirsty as far as you know.
Okay, so if I made a good faith effort, the fire might be fine. Okay.
Well, you know the fire spirit, one cannibal.
Yeah, or more, probably more venison.
You're one cannibal in debt.
Let's
Or
see,
more
he's
venison.
facing you, and he can't see that far, but he can hear yelling. He's gonna hightail it out of here. Yeah,
You could try.
yep.
Two
He goes
spans?
yeah, he runs 2 spans away. Rah!
Okay. I get to go a span, and then I
Yep.
think he'll still be within 3.
Just barely, but yeah, about 2.
Two. And I'm doing the very long warrior-y.
Okay. He's gonna defend. He has no reason not to. I'll take that one.
That
3.
one. I went all
No,
in.
he runs away.
Alright.
Okay.
But ours hasn't gotten away yet?
No.
No, he's planning to beat feet, but, and speaking of feet,
I was gonna say, he thinks he's running away, I'm chasing him.
okay,
And
one.
I'm pursuing my
Oh.
plan, I'm gonna
Oh,
run
you're
into him with a
Swift
lance.
cloak.
Yeah.
And you're fleet-footed.
Yeah.
Okay, you can get to here, you can't reach him on one move. If you take a second move, you don't have an action.
Doesn't he move faster because he's fleet of foot?
That's a span
Ah,
and a half.
and a half.
Instead of
Sorry.
there.
But if he double moves, you get ahead of him.
That's true.
Get ahead of him and.
Yeah. And then he runs into it. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do, I'm gonna have to run into him, I'll have to run ahead of him.
Okay, we'll count that
Keep
as you're
falling over one
pacing him.
turn and you'll get him inevitably.
You're pacing him. You should be turning the other way.
Well, this is serpentine chase through the fallen trees of the floodplain.
All right.
Listen, he can't get away from
what are
you.
you doing?
I don't like the idea of you not fulfilling your promise to the spirit, so.
No, I got this.
Spirits must be fed.
I just run up to that tree and hide behind it.
Okay.
With a big rock, don't forget.
I
you
have
have
the
a
big
big
rock.
rock.
With this whole feed into the spirits thing, I'm feeling my moral superiority over the cannibals slip away.
Yep.
Throw an axe.
All right.
All in.
I'm gonna throw an axe on him.
Okay.
All in, wild man.
He's got 1 stone.
What?
He's got 1 stone because he's taking damage.
Oh.
He gets 1 for warrior and he's doing 1 to defend, so he's got a +2. Ready? I'll take that one.
I'll take that one.
1 + 2 is 3.
I have 3 total.
+1 from being a hunter.
Yeah.
You kill him.
Yes.
He dies.
Up to the fire it is.
Maybe you let this one take a message back.
No,
to the
he's
channel.
dead. His
Right.
spirit has
We're
gone
gonna have
on.
to do is capture him and toss him, but.
So if the plan is you're gonna get ahead of him, I can come up behind and at least keep him
Okay,
from
I'm gonna
hotboxing.
cut to the chase here.
Yeah.
It's
Literal
just-
chase.
It's just these two. What are you fighting with?
A lance.
Yeah? He's got that one with a knife.
Well, I've got reach on him.
But who initiated the melee?
He did.
So your reach advantage is not there right now.
Yeah.
It's when you attack, when you initiate the melee.
He throws
Check.
an atlatl at you. I'm going to give him a -1 stone because you're at point blank. You're like with him. He's got 4 stones and 1 stone. He's got 1 stone for hunter.
Okay. I'm fleet of foot, so maybe that helps me get out of the way of an attack too.
Not that fleet.
All right. And I've got one stone from being a warrior. I don't know if that helps at all.
Yes, that definitely helps.
Okay.
You can do damage back to him. Are you going to choose to do that? Or are you going to take an extra stone for dodging and give up your ability to hit him back?
I'm gonna.
It's a missile attack. He has no chance to hit him back. Oh, you're in melee. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a
Sorry.
melee range.
You're. It's a melee range missile attack.
Yeah, I'm
You're-
gonna attack him back.
Okay.
Even if I take a hit.
All right.
Okay. Yep.
I'll pick that hand.
Okay. I will pick that hand.
3 plus 1.
4.
Woohoo!
You point to him.
Nice.
Wow.
I'm going to cut it at that point. You have the advantage. It's just going to go downhill, and he can't run away from you.
And I'm eventually gonna catch up.
And you're eventually going to catch up. So, do you slay him or do you capture him?
You dress him like a bison.
You know, what do we do to him? Do we send him back to the Bajak with a message that the real people are tough bison and not the type of bison they want to use as food source? Do we use him to fulfill a promise that we made to the spirit?
Well,
And
they
then-
got
I really don't know. Yeah, we killed one.
Oh,
Yeah, let's just let him.
On the other hand,
well, then yeah, we send him back to the rest of the Bajak and say that tell your chief that the real people are the tough bison that you don't want to use as a
Take his atlatl.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
oh, I can
we
respect the darts.
take him all this stuff.
Okay. He has 2 darts. So write down 2 circles there.
And I'm gonna try to recover the one.
Okay.
as well.
And you now have an extra atlatl if somebody wants an atlatl.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
and as far as I'm concerned, it goes to the group and whoever. I don't know who our chief is. Among all of them.
I'm the other range guy.
Let Rob, or
You already
whoever
have
wants
access.
it, but
They
if
have
nobody
half.
else wants it,
They
Rob
can
can at least have the extra dart.
Oh, and he has 3 days rations on him. There's beef jerky.
No, wait a minute,
Except
his
that it's-
rations?
It's not beef jerky.
You're right.
Yeah.
We don't want it.
We
That goes to fire.
oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's. Well,
Yeah.
are we gonna take all his rations? We're gonna take. Let's take.
We're
all.
not taking, we're not, definitely not gonna eat his rations.
No, we're gonna throw him in the fire.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
3 days to the fire spirits.
How far does he have to go to get, well, he's in it, we're
Well, I
in
mean,
it.
this is what we have to talk to him about too. I think. I mean, how close? I mean, so are we really in Pajak land now, as far as anyone's
Well,
aware?
some.
I didn't see
They thought
signs.
so.
How many?
That's a pretty high standard to hold a caveman to. You don't see the signs.
How many days travel did it take them to get here?
You don't really know.
He doesn't.
It's really hard to
Won't
tell
answer
in
that.
this.
We ask him, all right, how many
times he's
how many,
said-
how long did you have to travel to find us?
4 moons, he says.
Whoa, that's a lot of trouble.
Yeah, we're really far from this home.
Yeah.
Doing accusing us of being in his land.
Yeah.
I don't know, they're spacious.
Yeah.
Well,
That was
we
an empty
will-
boast.
We will wake our ancestor. We're going to wake the ancestor.
Oh no.
That's fine. We enjoy the meat of saber tooth.
Take his cloak.
Yeah, I mean, I think we take all
Do
this
we
stuff
have
and let him
reason
go.
not to kill him? Why do we let him live?
Yeah.
To deliver a message to the Majak to leave us alone.
Yeah,
And
they
that's
all-
something I can think of.
Yeah, that was the
They'll
only.
probably-
If their hunters do not return, they will get message.
That's the point.
All right, into the fire.
Hey, you think if you make a promise to the spirit, and not only do you deliver, but you over-deliver.
I'm kind of feeling like letting him go, but taking his cloak and feeding that to the fire. That can't look good for him coming back with no cloak.
More symbolic
Yeah,
and shame.
I'd be happy with that. I think we'd be shaming him deeply.
I'm not out for vengeance. I'm not out just to kill just because I'm a warrior or anything. I just whatever is gonna serve our group the best. If it's gonna let him go, and that way at least there's not so much animosity between us, then that's a good thing.
I'm gonna take
if we
this-
kill them all, and that way they know to fear us, that's a good thing.
I'm gonna take this one step darker. Would the fire spirits be overjoyed if we branded him with a bison?
I'd have
We
to
put
ask
two horns on his head instead
I'd
of
have to
that?
ask them.
You
But
Oh
wanna
my
do kind of a
God.
trans thing and get
yeah,
that-
let's,
We wanna send a message.
Yeah, let's do this.
All
Let's do
right,
this.
all right.
We've got
Just
we've got him
ask
captive. Have we got him
if he's
held? Are we
He's tied up.
Yeah.
You know,
That's the sort of thing that would make them like not want to
Also-
get captured by us.
Yeah.
They burn your clothes, oh my gosh.
Among us, do
No,
It could be, they
but
may kill
putting a
themselves.
bison mark on them.
we don't. How do you brand without metal?
A hot
stick, and you
I
draw
guess
it
so.
on. Yeah.
You're the fire guy.
Yeah, I'm sure I can brand without metal. I can
No,
brand
that's
without.
fine. If it was taken a little too far for the real people, I'm cool.
Okay, let's,
I'm gonna step back on the decision making. I'll go with whatever the group
I'm
decides.
going to consult with the fire spirits, and I'll sit in front of the
Yes.
fire.
This is why we had a shaman. We need guidance.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
You've got to pick up the one stone. Is somebody going to help you in some way?
Do what?
I don't know.
Contact
Actually, if
I'm gonna,
System with
I'm
a
gonna,
system with a
yeah, no.
ritual?
I'm gonna stare into the sky where the lightning
actually
comes down.
if a couple of you could pick up flaming brands and circle around me, that would.
There, make it all fiery and
Yes.
smoky and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
I can do that really fast, so
Alright.
sure.
You could just
Okay.
make them be making up a bunch of stuff to make something silly, and we wouldn't know the difference. So.
So that's what I'm saying.
Well, in this world, it just might work.
Yeah. Circling warriors with flaming brands.
Okay, you pick
and,
up just the one stone.
Okay, just sorry.
Uh-huh.
What are we doing?
Just pick up the one stone.
Okay, this the fire spirit stone. Okay.
Yep, and then I have a stone in here.
Okay.
You have a +1. So,
Okay, I'll pick this one.
okay, I'll pick this one. One
Oh,
and
no.
one.
I got +1.
Yeah. So that's why.
So
that's why you
it's
have
a
it.
tie. So it's a tie. Well, he goes into his trance. You start to perspire. She, that's right. I've misgendered you. You go to a trance and she starts to perspire, and then the firelight, she looks like she has a fever, has a very bad fever. And a fire spirit appears. It's like a small person made of fire, standing in the fire, in the flames. And it says, I am not the enemy of humans. You and I have made a pact. I for fire, you for humankind, for the real people. Why do you want to kill people to feed me? Those trees look very nice, and now that they are broken, they will not grow. Could I have those?
I would be happy to give them to you.
If your people would take all of them, you're standing in a floodplain with thousands of trees, and the little fire says, if you would take all of them, I would be very pleased.
We will take many of them.
But I want all of them.
I'm not sure I can get you all of them, but I will spend.
We have some slave labor right now.
I will spend much time
Sure.
on carrying them to you. And in this your fire? Is this your fire?
Yes.
Very good. I will make this fire as great as any fire I've ever seen.
I will see you next time.
Spirits,
It's
not
All right,
spirits.
enough of the human sacrifices.
Yeah.
We'll leave.
Stab him in the back. Spirits.
Okay, let's just. The fire is not particularly interested in sorry, what are their names?
Bajak?
Bajak. In Bajak. Are we still over the cliff? Could we go over the cliff?
No,
Whatever,
yeah.
leave the body. Leave the body. But I have just made a promise in return for the present and future agent of Fire Spirit to make this fire very, very, very large by bringing dead trees.
Now, are all these trees still wet from the flood?
Yeah.
Great.
That's the Fire Spirit's problem. I'm just going to bring the trees. Okay.
We're going to move these big trees all by ourselves.
If
Well,
they
we
were,
have a Bajak that
if
can
they
help
were
us.
dry, we could walk around with a torch and just light them all on fire.
Actually, we can see what we can do with that. Yeah, let's make a big forest fire. We got a problem with that, right?
While people were doing all this stuff, I was just getting my axes and I threw it together.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you all have your missile weapons back, your various.
Start with the smallest to driest to get the
Yes.
fire going,
Yes.
and maybe that'll heat up and help dry out the closer ones, and then
Yeah, I mean, we could spend days at this, so
Right.
and I'm not going to.
Let's get one good roaring one going, and
Yeah, let's make it bigger than any fire that we've ever seen, which we can do.
Okay.
The fire spirit is very interesting.
Can I get the other range thing? Because I'm the other range guy, but I have a crappy range instrument.
That's me.
Maybe
Good.
Rob can.
Add ladle and some darts.
Yep.
And then
Can spare
we
some
could be
darts?
we get 2 times next time.
I mean, this is all payback for nothing but sparking one guy's hair on fire. So I mean, I feel like we'll pay off the debt fairly quickly, to be honest. But we make the fire very.
We make a giant fire. And now talk to your fire spirit.
Okay.
See if she's
Fire-
happy.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna assume she's happy.
Yeah.
All right, well,
The fire
you're all
spirit sounds like a
tired.
hungry spirit. Like, you know, just it didn't want some, it didn't want a lot, it didn't want the most, it wanted all.
Yeah. Well, we all want lots of.
First of all, we gotta invent buckets. We made the water skin, and we're still in the area. So we go drink all the fresh water we want. We're gonna fill on water skin. That's the main water skin. And then we'll get to go. We are friends of fire and water. Don't tell fire. Okay, don't die. See you later.
Last question. I've
Oh,
just paid back
do
this
something-
fire very well.
Do something fiery.
Okay, well, the
Breathe a little bit of the smoke, not a lot, just a little. hang out with the fire, feed a stick to the fire.
Yeah, I'll take some time with it. I'll take some
Okay.
time getting to know the character of this fire and calling to mind the
Okay, yeah, spirits like that chanting thing.
because it sounds like the crackle of a fire. You have my 4 here?
No, you just pick up the one
Well,
stone.
the one from the, this is against what?
Against a one stone, this is a one stone challenge.
Okay.
Sometimes I won't tell you how many stones you're against, and then it's more scary.
All right, one stone
Pick
challenge.
that one,
I gotta pick that one.
same reason you picked this one. Please enter your name and sacrifice at the sound. Listen, the fire spirit, for some reason, the fire spirit is not there.
Oh no. That
No,
could be.
that means the fire spirit's probably over at the other fire
Yeah.
for some
Yeah.
reason. Somebody has probably called the fire over there. That could be. No, that would be something friendly.
Oh,
That would
okay.
probably be another fire shaman.
Oh, okay.
Shaman.
Okay.
So we get some rest,
Yes, you do. You
Yeah.
get a few
Yeah,
hours
and
rest.
then we can
I
pack
crash eventually.
I hate to say this, but is there like a danger if there's 2 fire shamans and the fire prefers the one over the other?
Yeah, I don't see that
That could
necessarily a
happen.
good thing.
That could happen.
Okay, well, we should be aware that could happen, I guess, but
Do the Pajak have fire shamans that we know of?
No, the fire spirit is not friend to the Pachak.
Oh,
Oh.
so that's good.
They're all obsessed with this saber-toothed cat thing.
We got no time for fire.
yeah.
They eat their food raw. So, one thing that your beautiful valley lacks is flint. There's not a lot of napping stone in this region.
Sucks.
When you dig around in the fire pit, what you find is lots of sand and little rocks. And then you're digging up, and you find like there's a puddle under the
Oh,
fire.
this is happening again.
Yeah.
The whole land is welling up with water. That's alarming. Is the other fire still, okay, what time have we had?
Are
some
the
chance
water
to see
spirits
it?
at war with the fire spirits?
I hope not. That would be good for nobody.
They would probably have, some fire thing would have
Somebody
probably
would have
told
said
you if
something,
that
yeah.
was happening.
Where are we time-wise? And when would we be taking care of the fire that way? I'm
It's
not
in the
sick.
morning. It's in the morning. You're preparing to move.
Did I get a little sleep?
Not really.
That's not, okay.
You're just
We
walking.
should get a later start to stay here longer, so that you get some rest. And
I would
then
like to
you
get
can-
to
I
a
can do this
slightly
once.
higher ground if the water's actually welling up in the ground again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm,
smooth.
this
I
is
would like to
worrying.
get out of the floodplain or whatever we're calling
This should be the higher ground.
it. Oh,
You
no.
So
going
there is no higher
west.
ground than this to get to?
If you go past this, you get to the cliff of the other river, of the very red, muddy river.
Right, well, that's,
And this is supposed to be the higher ground, but for some reason, this seems to be pick up a pill bug, nudge it, and it rolls the wrong way. You go some other part and look around. It seems like this land is sloping the wrong direction. It should go this way, and just very, very slightly, it's going this way.
jock.
Yeah, no, that happens.
That's extremely worrying, yeah.
Well, you have two things you could investigate. You could keep going this way and see the Red River, or you could go the other way and check out the other fire.
So,
We can split the party.
Yeah, well,
has the
No.
low ground risen, or it would seem more like the high ground is sunken and that its water table is now bubbling up? I don't know.
What is this water table?
Yeah.
Do you have water spirit
Yeah.
down there?
I think you need a
I
higher
just, I wonder if the low ground is risen and the high ground is.
What's a table?
Yeah.
What's the table?
I don't
how
know.
far away of a journey is that other fire, can we tell?
That looks like a 3-hour journey. It's not that far.
What,
And how far are we to the cliffs?
About half a day.
Let's go check out the fire.
I was gonna say,
That's not a bad idea.
do all of us want to go as a group, or
Yeah.
maybe?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, because I was just about to say, I'm willing to go ahead and scout out the.
I don't think we should
the
split
cliffs.
the party.
If there's more
Never split
Pajak
the
out
party.
there, we need to be all together.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, that's true.
Or some real cats.
All right, if you guys want me.
We
to-
volunteer to take the point, though. So.
I just wouldn't. We're something people sitting around. I think.
Okay.
Okay.
So this one's done, and we're in the theoretical lead.
All right, everybody want a marching order? for
Yes.
this?
That was the bad guy. That was the.
Yeah, we'll put it here. That's you?
The blue guy with the hammer, that's me.
You wanna be out front?
I think, then they said that the
Yeah, he's fast, and I got range to cover
Okay,
him.
you guys,
I got range too.
Yep.
And also, because he's the hunter, he can spot like animal tracks
Right.
and maybe get a good.
I will stay close to the middle of the party, that way I can react as needed to support.
That's a good idea.
Put yourselves as you wish to be.
Yeah. So you can go side by side with the other. Which one is you, Jerry?
I'm this one.
You like that?
I think the first thing we should do is domesticate some horses.
That's right, but they're only this tall.
No,
What's this thing I hear about called agriculture?
I know, right? That's like
Let's get some of that.
It's a fad. It's a fad. It'll never take off.
Kids today with their.
I'm here to introduce you to bronze.
If we mix this bat poop with some, we could make something to.
I got bat poop and charcoal, and there's some stinky water over there, but I just can't think of what I could do with this.
So, fast person.
Yeah, I'll take the point.
Okay. How far ahead do you wanna be? A little bit?
Not out of sight, but
This is your range for at level.
Stay within
Yeah.
screaming distance.
yeah, certainly we want to
Let's say
say.
it like about so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like you to stay within 4 spans of me.
Okay.
Sure, and you've got the sharp eye, so I can get out ahead and you can
Right.
still see me. So if anything gets me, you will notice.
If you stay within 4 spans of me, I can get close enough to you to provide some sort of cover.
Well, you're following the smoking of this other big fire. And then you get to a clearing. This land has grasslands as well as forests. So there's not as many trees here, but if you duck down, you can be beneath the grass. And you see some saplings that have been bent over to make a temporary shelter. For watch,
A junk in here, maybe.
you can smell blood in the air. You can all smell it. And you can all smell poop, because when you cut people open with
Yeah.
big clubs with sharp objects on them,
Yeah.
it gets really gross. Not honorable like these spears and Adlam darts. That's a Pajak thing too, is bladed clubs.
How big of a campsite or settlement was this? Is it like it was
Yeah.
people?
Well, are you going into the campsite?
We're gonna
Do we have a tracker?
What I'm more worried about is just anyone that's recently left is still going to be aware of this, maybe come back for us, or I mean, if no one has come out to greet us when they should have heard us coming.
That sounds like a hunter test to me.
Yeah.
See if you can read the signs.
We have 2 hunters now, right? So
Yes.
Okay. Does one of you want to assist the other?
I'll assist you.
Alright.
Okay, you pick up your core stones.
I'm
You're
using my
getting
spot.
one.
I'm using
You're
my
getting one from an assistant, and you're getting one from being a hunter.
Alright.
So, the ground is muddy, but it's also grassy, so it's not a perfect thing. Take that one,
I will pick that
2, and 2 plus 2 is 4. Now this is as clear as summer lightning. This is a temporary camp, not a village. Oh, and this kind of shoe, this is the same kind of slippers and shoes that your group makes. So these people are of close kinship to you. Were.
They're real people.
They're semi-real.
Yeah, they're real people.
Okay.
Well, these are real people.
That's why they were
here.
talking to the fire spirit too.
Their fire has nearly burned down, but it was still going. That meant a bunch of
Kindling.
people. Wow, it was a group at least as big as yours to be moving that many trees together to make a fire. And then you see footprints of a great cat, like a paw print,
Real.
but this big around. Something bigger than a lion. You have American lions living here that are the same size as lions. It was a cat bigger than that, and it was walking. And then you see pajak prints. They have these moccasins, and they sew some wooden claws onto it so that they'll leave clawed footprints. And you see some pajak prints about too.
What's my idea of going the other way now?
Now, these cats aren't tameable. Human beings don't live with them. Now, these
None of you've never heard of such a thing, not even as a pet.
I mean, theoretically, they could follow the tracks of a big cat to this place. I mean, can you tell us one set of is the cat track older than the pajak?
Yeah, you can see that the cat tracks are on top of. So real people came here first, then pajak and the big cat came. And it looks like those came together.
Wow. Because normally Pajak worship and identify with them, but have we heard of them actually working together with it before?
Never. You
But
never
it
had
looks like that might have
that.
happened this time.
Could the
Possibly.
pajak leave behind leftover of their food to feed the big cat? So a big cat might get in the habit of following pajak around.
You've heard of making sacrifices to them, sure. But this is different. This
They
is
found a
something else.
friendly big cat
They found a cub and raised it.
or something like that. Yeah.
Or it's something that can transform to a cat.
That could happen.
Oh man.
Thanks, Jerry.
I can't. You transform into
Just
something.
gave everybody
Yeah.
I gave everyone five nightmares
Slacker.
for 2 moons.
I could probably transform
That's
into
a
something.
6-stone challenge right
Yeah.
there, Jerry.
We may have to help you transform into fire at some point.
Yeah, no, we can do that.
We're just trying to help.
Well,
you
first build the biggest fire you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Your eagle alights from your shoulder and goes into, there's prey down there signal. There's prey down
Circling.
there.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
All right. So we get an idea of where that is, and
Near the fire.
oh, so we're just outside of this temporary camp.
Yes.
The fire's nearby the camp, or
The fire's in the middle of their camp.
okay. So we're gonna get as close to the camp as we can without being seen, theoretically, right?
Right. I want to see if there's any survivors, anyone left still alive. Maybe
You don't see
hiding
anybody.
fear?
If this was real people, there would be at least some older people on watch, or maybe some older people at toddler or two, while everybody else gets to sleep.
All right. The Pajak have been known to take prisoners to turn them into bison, so I think we've got a rescue mission here. So we got to get on those tracks.
But the
and
Jack
follow
shall
them
remain
because they're
hungry.
fairly fresh. But
And
if we want to catch them before they push them off the cliff, we better get out and get off.
Or we can Jerry can go down the bottom of the cliff and catch them.
Can I ask about the big cats?
They're strong.
How many spans do I run straight down?
Jerry's the squishy.
What do they fear? What kind of would they fear? What I'm wondering is if a big cat might fear a mammoth.
If it was alone or with only 2 or 3 companions, it would leave the mammoth and mastodon alone. But they prey on mammoth and mastodon.
I was afraid of that.
The eagle comes swooping down.
Yeah.
And it's near the fire, and there's a pile of logs. And the eagle lands on the logs and is looking around.
All right.
Something under the pile, maybe?
So Jerry and I have the missile weapon, so we should cover some people, but we should go ahead and investigate this camp to find the tracks.
Sure, go ahead.
So the hunters are going to cover with the missiles, and these guys are going to check out the emos and the rest of the camp. Is that fair?
It looks like these are
Watch your backs.
these are trees being moved the way, just pretty much the way you guys were moving it. They're knocked down trees, and they've been hastily piled into a kind of a square arrangement. So there's a little distance off the ground, and then more on top. Were they going to make a pyre? It's very strange. If they were going to make a pyre, they easily could have lit it from the fire a little distance away.
Yeah. Unless they were killed when they were in the
Who's
process.
investigating this
I can.
structure? Okay, pick up your correspondence.
Okay. I'll assist.
All right. You're also looking around there.
And strong.
Now,
So you
Jack-
can lift logs.
I can lift and move stuff around, I'll assist, and Jack, you just keep an eye out to make sure.
Is there any change under the sofa?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you can see
Yeah.
which, I mean, the tracks eventually lead out of the village again.
I think we're going to have to follow the route once we discover what's going
Yeah,
on.
or at least
Right.
keep an eye that they don't come back.
That one?
For now.
Well, there's-
Yeah,
I think it's
Three.
up to three.
And 3 plus 1. You're just about to go, huh?
The only
Shrug
thing
and
is
walk
they
away.
get close enough to hear
When
some
you
crows,
hear,
maybe they might
uh,
be coming back
kind of
later.
noise, a small whimper. There's somebody
There's
under there.
Oh no!
Lift it.
No?
Yeah, under the under the fire.
It takes the two of you to
Okay,
lift
okay.
it.
We'll both lift it,
Strike.
yeah.
And, after lifting these away, there's 3 children. They took the kids, put them in there, said, "Don't make a sound," and put the logs over them so they wouldn't be hurt. Found,
Yeah.
and they're under all these
How old are they?
7, 9, and 9.
They speak real people speech.
Talk.
We're here. Yeah, we're.
What sacrifice? No, wait.
No, these are converts.
We're keeping an eye on him,
Shall
would you?
come.
Yes, the Pachak attacked us too. We killed ours, but we don't know what happened here. Where did the Pachak take the others?
Hothead called Fire Spirit. Fire Spirit gave us advice.
What did the fire spirit
They're
say?
sharing
Fire
actually
Spirit
this
said,
advice.
Fire Spirit said, put us in the fire. But then the shaman said they would just not light the fire. And they put us under the wood.
Very good. That was
You
that
know
was
this
good
person.
advice.
This is a
Hot hand.
Hothead. Hothead is another shaman with an affinity for fire.
Good advice they gave to Hot Hand.
At the last union meeting that you were at.
At Shaman's 101, Shaman's Local 101. Well, that was well done on Hot Head's part. We're here to rescue you, but we don't know what has become of your people. And
They are going to eat our uncles.
let's track them. Let's see what we can do to rescue your uncles.
So now we got 3 kids in tow.
Is that the situation?
Shamiam, I think it's your job to watch the kids.
There's no place
You can be their spiritual advisor and safe guardian.
Things are always on fire near me, but if you want the kids to be with you, I suppose
Just
that's
don't
okay.
catch the kids on fire.
We can't, I don't see the point of leaving them here.
We can't leave them here.
Yeah, no, let's take them all.
We've got the
Go back to your
weapons
home.
that we took from the other Pajak. At least we can give them like whatever,
Yeah.
like a knife
A
or
pointy,
something.
pointy stick. They
Yeah.
have a pointy stick.
We come from the cold wind way, from the north. And we come from the edge of the river. And the river came up
Yes.
and went over our village.
We've seen these strange rising waters. We don't know what's going on.
The river is going the wrong way.
Your river is going the wrong way?
It's going the wrong way. It's the end of the world.
As we know.
We don't know that it isn't, but we'll try to protect you.
That's reassuring. You're probably right, kid. But we're just gonna ride this thing down.
Terrifying, yeah.
I had a knife.
Very good. Be strong.
Do you want
be
revenge?
brave.
Yeah, let's go get revenge.
Let's go save your uncles.
Yeah, we don't have any safe place to put them. So
Yeah.
that's
No,
all-
no,
I
we're
don't
coming
know.
with you.
There's no safe.
Okay, let's go. They are now warriors. We've
That's
become
right.
warriors of the real people.
Yes.
But I'm a
I
crafter.
could
You're
use
a
it,
warrior.
You've been promoted.
Shut up.
Yeah, let's make a pick. Who wants
Yeah,
to be-
Jerry.
Who wants to be
This
the
8-year-old
that
kid's a
grow up?
warrior. You're still a hunter. So you're really okay. Let's go.
All right, we're gonna do another quick. Like we want to follow the tracks out.
Yeah, track
Go
it.
out because the large cat prints, after a while, there's just the large cat prints. And none of the human prints.
Did we see them
Jerry might have nailed something here. Or they're riding them.
go? The right, yeah.
It could
Okay.
be heavier. That was like
They're
right.
either transformational shamans that can turn into saber tigers, or they're riding them. Which one's the simpler answer?
Which is less likely? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Exciting.
Yes. All right, should
We'll
track them.
Oh,
I guess that would be hunting.
How do we know how big of a group we're following? With the
about the same size as yours, a little
So now
smaller.
it's general recon.
Okay, let's see. A little smaller is better than a little bigger.
Six humans.
Okay.
You want to follow me and make sure I'm not getting it wrong?
And potentially 3 prisoners.
Okay.
So we want to stay on track. The hunters are going to cooperate and make sure we're not losing the trail.
All right, let's take a break right now for about 10 minutes, okay?
Sounds
Sure,
perfect.
Sounds great.
All right. Love my heroes.
This is a good game. This is awesome.
Yeah.
This is no other game had little pieces of trees with it.
I know, right?
Poisonous.
I've never had to tease apart sinew in a game before.
Should I,
I've done it making arrows.
if I-
I've never done it in-
if I pause the video, we'll have to start another one for part 2. All right.
That'll keep people excited.
Cliffhanger.
Bye, people. Come back for part 2 in a few minutes.